There we go. Now it actually looks like a stream.
Yeah, now it looks like a stream instead of like a potato.
Yeah. It doesn't look like we're running on Manny's computer.
Look, I don't know what you did to cause that to happen, but wow, that's bad.
Well, I blame you and your confusion of aura spreading the inanimate objects.
Or of confusion.
You
Spreading
do
inanimate
realize,
objects.
you two, when she gets back to Arizona, she's going to punch both of you.
I'm going to deserve it and more by then.
I'll probably deserve it. More than likely.
So, Tom,
Yeah, fuck.
about that glorious recap of yours.
Oh, God.
Third time's a charm.
By glorious, you mean worst one yet. Right. We started off going back to the hole in the wall. Mine and Mongo's soul got a little crushed because the one thing that he was going to go buy for Noodle there got bought by somebody else.
That Tabaxi was really nice, though. They gave you a handful of gems.
That is true. They were very nice about it. They weren't rude. They weren't mean. And there's a chance that the thing could come back in stock, which, by the way, I also learned out what the fuck it does. And yeah, I was planning on buying a magic item with no idea what it's capable of. Points for wisdom on that one, huh?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
In another game, you bought a book that your character loves.
Yeah, and it's worked out for everyone.
But you didn't know what you're getting?
I knew I was getting the fucking spell book in that game, and I got a fucking book of spells. You got some teeth marks out of it. But anyway, yeah. While we were in the shop, Scav asked Feisty if she'd be willing to be identified. Feisty then stated that there's 3 people that won't die if they do it. So the 3 did it.
Wow.
Sonny, Mongo, and Nikolai.
You hear that, Cayenne? The 3 did the feisty.
What is wrong with you?
No, fuck, that's right. Cayenne got in on it too.
Oh!
Yeah. Hence why I
sorry.
mentioned the Splicer Beast splicing.
4.
And got to hear the horror stories of Feisty, where she came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the genetic tinkering sweatshop.
Stop tarnishing the name of tinkering with evil shit.
Hey, tinkering in itself is not evil, it is not good, it is dependent on who uses it. These pricks who are running the shop happen to be doing a bunch of terrible things to a bunch of, well, slaves. Yeah, so the ones running the shop are on the bad list.
It's a shame, really. They would have made good allies if they didn't fuck it up.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
mister, I'm going to talk to the guy in the white van that's going to throw me in the back to never be seen again.
But they have candy, or the promise thereof.
Oh no, I turned that down real quick.
Sorry, sushi in your case.
They have really high quality alcohol.
We're talking about Scav or Manny. I forget sometimes.
1 bar's up here, 1 bar's down here.
Can you figure out which is which, huh?
No, because those bars are kind of right next to each other, and the line gets a little blurry. All of our characters and us, that line gets kind of blurry.
Oh yeah.
So when Mongo's being a fuzzy little asshole, is that Mongo or is that me?
Yes.
One of us is fuzzy, the other one ain't. But yeah.
Don't change it.
Yeah, while we were also at the shop, found out my dad wrote a joke book, which is, I should have seen that coming. Gosh, that's kind of the only, I'll remember some more stuff later. Next, Manny.
Right. So, we did go to the hole in the wall, and there at the hole in the wall, of course, Mongo wasn't able to buy the thing, but we did find other unique things. What Scavard had found was a training test dummy that you can train with, and we don't fully know exactly what it's capable of just yet.
Yeah, we didn't exactly ask a lot of questions.
But we do know that it's interesting, it's unique, and it could potentially be useful for everybody. We also picked up an extra bag of holding because
You didn't have one.
I didn't have one, and I'm starting to get a little too heavy on a bunch of stuff.
That, and also you like carrying dynamite, and that's not a great combination.
Yeah, no, we need a way to safely transport explosives and flammable stuff. So we got a deluxe bag of holding that can keep things preserved as well as keep things stored. After which more research was done, we identified Feisty because we know she's not a regular displacer beast. She's something more unique, something different, and boy, that was a depressing story.
And your response is like, moving on.
No.
Well, if you actually cared about Feisty, you probably would have felt some kind of emotion there.
We, originally, this group may have been potentially useful as possibly information people, but no. They done fucked up. They're on the bad list. So, with that, more research was done. We found out what Ithos was.
I mean, everybody else pretty
One
much.
of them. One of the kids found out. No. Ithos, yeah, you did find out Ithos. The other dragon, however, you still don't fucking know.
Yeah, and everybody else figured it out way before Scav.
A pearl dragon. So, that's something that's there. Don't know what to think about that just yet. Still got a lot more research to do on what the hell
There's
are
not a lot
pearl
of
dragons.
research out there about them.
There
bud.
really isn't. So, while trying to get more information, came across a really strange, evil black dragonborn that apparently hunts dragons and now has Scavard on his radar.
Yeah, that's right. You insulted him and then demanded that he help you. How could I fucking forget that?
You're a dick, but I can still use you.
And you guys also just left out, the lustrous meeting of the Tinker wizard that was at the shop too.
Oh god, the absolutely deranged mouse tinkerer.
Oh, yes. How the fuck did I forget that?
I don't know, because I somehow forgot to. I think it was just so wild that it's just like, okay.
Cayenne
seem to
didn't
be crazy
forget.
ex-girlfriend?
Yeah, Nikolai's soon-to-be wife.
Okay.
Cayenne cannot forget that kind of crazy.
Yeah, she invented a chainsaw, enlarged it, and used 2 mage hands to start swinging it around the shop.
That's the
Someone-
scary thing. She used 2 mage hands.
Cayenne, what happened to you last session? I hear you took Sunny on a walkabout.
To your first Chippendales concert.
I did. Which
I wonder how Mongo's
was
gonna react
kind
to
of
that.
hilarious. More so, I guess, how flustered Sonny got over the fact that we stumbled upon where I'm assuming Troyus resides, as he came out from a waterfall, and then after we got done speaking to, as Sonny referred, Naked Horseman, spoke to him, told him that I think it'd be cool to meet up at like Left's later on with Elgris and possibly Alufa if she's free, just to kind of chill. Then after that, we took time to go find Perlia Song, the Archdruidess of the Arcane. And that was a very intimidating meeting. Found out more about the Circle of the Arcane, is they're more bound in justice and order of all things. And that this test is not going to be based on my strength, but it's going to be based on my wit. And Miss Perlia decided they wanted to show what I would assume is a smidgen of their abilities. Cayenne is still trying to comprehend what she saw because it was so much different than what she's used to as being a prior Circle of Spores druid and now Circle of Blood druid. She'd never truly had any experience to anything arcane in nature outside of what she's seen with her brother Mongo and her brother Nikolai. And then, of course, Scav on occasion. But it was definitely different, and it's still hard to describe everything that she did. Just pulling things from one place, doing another thing with transmutation, illusion, and all sorts of everything. It meshing between the arcane and just nature itself.
Yeah, you got your first edumacation there.
Edumacation.
Yes, and I also... This was all... Did I go to the hole in the wall with...
You went with Scav Mongo
Yeah, you got
Was
the
that
birdhouse.
Was that before or was that after?
before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. At the hole in the wall, aside from Cayenne trying to very as sneaky as she could try to get out of the way of the treant, I was in the front.
Oh yeah, the treant that was taking forever to talk, and it was like your first actual encounter with the treant.
Yeah, Cayenne wanted to disappear really quick when she started hearing how slow the speech was, because she remembers the turtle and
The palm tree treant.
Yeah, it took 10 minutes to get partially through as Damon fell asleep.
Yeah.
But within the hole in the wall, we didn't get to see Lady Corin, but her sister was there, and Lady Corin's husband was there as well. Cayenne wanted to speak with the genie the djinn privately.
And you had a impromptu therapy session.
I did, like, legit couch, him sitting and taking notes, and was enlightened about a few things, because Cayenne's intentions were to come in to try to improve something in her own life, but she wanted to try to change something for her sister to at least make the pain from her past less prevalent. More of just a dull ache, like a dull toothache. It's there temporarily and then just gone within like 15 minutes. And then you don't see it rear its ugly head for another 5-10 years or so. Maybe once or twice in that time frame.
Yeah. And you got something from the djinn as well.
Yes, I did. I got I got my mom's journal from when she was younger. And learned that I have an aunt
Yeah.
from
Out there
said journal.
somewhere.
And also learned from said journal to address Perlia Song as they and them, as it is a huge mistake to do anything else.
Forgot we have a meeting set with Kiffa to speak with her the following night.
My mother's words, and they will be heeded.
They will be heated, or she will be yeeted.
They will be heated, or I will not exist.
Heated pants. Just imagine that pants that just automatically are forever warm.
That could be awesome, depending on what environment you're in.
Winter pants. They're always just that nice level of warm.
But
Trousers
they're really
of warmth.
uncomfortable when it's raining.
Nikolai.
Nikolai found himself at a conundrum. He
You
didn't know
found-
what to do. He had accomplished most of everything he wanted to do. Finally. So as such, he ended up, in the end, going to the swap meet again and getting bamboozled by a freaking gecko creature person.
You did get bamboozled.
Yeah. But before all that, let's see, Nikolai was able to get his royal spy to go do royal spy stuff. I guess she is on her way to Essencrest to be boots on the ground, eyes and ears in the fly on the wall kind of thing, and also to be the to attempt to track down Crier Bell's or Correct Yes's wife and child, and get them to safety, or make sure or keep them safe if possible. Talked to Cog a little bit. Had a little bit of quality time with Cog. Talk about things. Was able to, according to Cog, if she is who she says she is, because now Nikolai is starting to think that was too easy. To get
Runs
to
in
ensure
chains.
that
It's diarrhea.
Mustache Rurik doesn't have any more access to the little pocket dimension houses that his father made.
I find it funny how you guys cling on to, like, the whole mustache thing is evil. I can't wait till you come across characters that have, like, very lustrous mustaches. And
Well-
you're just like, that must be an evil character.
Well, doesn't Plume Tree have like a glorious beard and mustache?
Yeah, he actually has to have a permanent mage hand to help keep it out of the way.
Let's see, what
He's not
else?
seen as evil. You guys say he's confusing, but I don't get it.
Hello, Cheddar.
Let's see what else. Oh yeah, so talked to Cog a little bit. Said the magic word. Apparently, that's all that was needed to keep Mustache Rurik out of the houses. I think Nikolai's probably going to figure out a way to test this. And found out a little bit about the gnomish artifice gods, Garo Glitter Gold, and you still don't get her name yet.
You forgot.
I forgot.
Yes, you did.
I forgot.
How could you forget?
It's the god she made, and I forget this.
Give him the information, he just forgets just like that.
We talked about that months and months ago.
Pretty sure he's pulling a Manny at this point.
The Orson
I'm
feel
surprised you didn't
deepens.
write this character information down, you goober.
I do. I'm just kind of. I randomly stumble on notes that I've made in the past about things I need to incorporate as I'm going along in the future. It's like finding a hidden gem in
It's like,
your own
oh,
notes.
there it is. See, so learned about a little bit of the gnomish artifice gods, got drunk, a little bit hungover. And then at the end of the day, I think it was that I ran into Starbar at the Tinker's Guild. Yeah, it's about what, about what Nikolai's last day or so was about.
All right. So, I don't remember where everybody was at last.
I left off inside the Hunters Guild.
Yep.
I think I went to the library.
Yep,
Oh, yeah,
you were in the
you
library.
Stayed in the library.
Oh yeah, the thing that I remember the last thing in the library was the card going.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It annoyed the shit out of me. So it's like, can I please fix that for you?
What? There's a noise. Yes. It's terrible.
I believe Cayenne left off making her way back to the house with Sunny.
Okay.
Because I believe it was getting toward late afternoon.
Yeah. So, you guys find yourselves in the respective places. And, you heading out, Scabbard, from the Hunter's Guild?
If they didn't have any information or any like books or whatever on that specific type of dragon, then yeah,
It's not a fucking library, man.
then I'm headed back to the house with Feisty.
I think Feisty just walking with you.
Definitely keeping note of that weird dragonborn.
Mongo, you're just gonna fall asleep in the library?
Probably.
And you eventually get back to the house with Sunny. And yeah, your sister's there, and she's at the dinner table, and she's just kind of eating some fruit. She's looking at a few scrolls. She looks a bit stressed for once.
To approach her.
And she looks over. Oh, Cayenne. Hi.
I met the archdruid that I'm going to be testing against.
How is she? Should I be concerned for my test?
She, excuse me, I'm remembering what Mother said in her journal, because Mother also went against Perlia's song. I believe she said it took a couple of tries. But apparently the biggest rule is Perlia goes by they and goes by them when speaking about them in a sentence, so I still need to correct myself on that. Apparently it's a huge no-no.
That's an odd request, but an acceptable one.
Mm-hmm.
I met a prince that demands to be referred to as all of their titles before saying a sentence to them.
No.
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 Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh, and the best part about that is that they're actually a centaur.
Break all of their legs. Can I just break all of their legs?
It's bad form.
Yeah, I know. Why you gotta use so many titles? Just keep it simple, dude.
There's 10 of them.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
That's a lot. That's too much.
That's a headache and a half to even think about.
It really is, but that's the least of the worries on the table. So, are you prepared for your test?
I think I'll do pretty okay, but I do need to study a little bit more. I do know that Perlia said that this test will be about my wit rather than my strength, so I think studying would be the best thing I could do right now.
And Sunny speaks up. You know who the expert at that is? As she walks across the table, picking up one of the scrolls. That would be Mongo. Iconic got him in one morning. He didn't think I was awake yet, but I was. He had a book open and he was sniffing the words. I swear he was trying to figure out what kind of ink it was.
Why does that sound legit?
Why does that sound like Mongo accidentally got into the giggle pouch?
Because it's very likely. I'm pretty sure that Cayenne has put a public giggle pouch for people to use.
Oh, and when Mongo comes back, Cayenne's got to share some important information with him about the atrium.
Oh, that's actually where you left off with Sunny. Was in the atrium in the secret area.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh. Oh.
Wow. The
I
really
thought
awesome
we left
place.
just leaving to head back to the house. I thought the atrium was like at the, like,
No, it was at the very end. That's where you guys left off.
huh.
We'll just
For some
say
reason, I thought that happened toward the beginning of last episode, and then we started doing everything else.
Nope. We'll just say you guys came up from the atrium to get a snack.
Okay. My brain.
Sorry,
It's,
everybody. We're a little
it is
spacey
no
this
work.
week.
Communal giggle pouch. Enough said.
And Sunny just kind of looks at a scroll and she's like, so this is actually probably happening and that we have to actually really consider our allies. And your sister's like, yeah, we don't tell Scav. This is strictly something Kippa is handling.
Okay.
You could always inquire whatever they're talking about because they're obviously talking about something in front of you.
Would either of you mind enlightening me?
Your sister looks at you, and she actually has that look on her face that she sometimes has where she's just dreading whatever's on the table or dealing with the subject. She's like, we finally have news back about Essencrest.
Oh.
One of the scouts came back that we sent there. It might be in bad condition right now, and we might actually have to pull on allies to send reinforcements there. There's a lot of rumors circulating from Essencrest right now, and we might be on the unfortunate side of a declaration of war going in there to recover it.
Lovely.
So Kippa's kind of been dealing with that a lot right now.
On top of other things.
And Sunny's like, what other things?
Oh God, I don't.
And she just, you just see her lower the scroll in front of her face, and her eyes are just peeking over.
Sunny,
Now you don't want to be on my keyboard.
Yeah, no, she wants to be on the
I trust you with this information that it will not leave the room of between us three because Kippa asked me not to, especially not to let Scav know.
And Sunny comes over and holds out her little itty bitty paw. And she's like, on my life to your God, if I say anything, she will strike me down dead.
Don't have to go that far, I trust you, Sunny. You are too important to lose to any manner of being, mortal or immortal, or fathomless.
And your sister reaches out and just kind of pushes Sunny's hand down. I agree. That's a bit extreme.
But there's a reason Kippa is monitored with her eating and who is exactly allowed to visit her.
She's a emperor.
Empress.
Yeah, that.
But it's not just because of her title, it's because
She's awesome.
she's going to be a mother.
And you just see the connection drop in Sunny's head.
Sunny 404.
404.
Cat DOS has stopped working.
Sunny.exe has crashed and she's like,
The cuteness has been overloaded.
she's gonna have kittens.
What?
Kind of fuzzy, so they kind of.
I know. I'm. This player is curious. What would babies be called? Like, would there be actual like term for it?
There would be
Would they
Kids,
be like
probably.
kits or?
kobolds. Baby kobolds. What is it? I'm kind of curious. Like,
That's a good question. What is a baby cobalt called?
Well, if
'Cause, I
they
mean,
are
it's-
of draconic descent, I would assume wormlings,
Yeah.
Hatchlings.
hatchlings.
yeah,
No, that term's trademarked by Star Wars.
Really?
What?
No, foundlings.
Hatchlings?
That's the Star Wars
Foundlings.
one. Okay, yeah.
It's like
'Cause
you
'cause
can't
I always
trademark
wondered
a
that.
thing that's real. Because all freshborn birds and
I'm almost
are called hatchlings.
I'm almost dark enough to run with that and refer to them as snacks.
No.
Sweetie misses you there, Jezzy.
I can tell it hurts.
I guess hatchlings would be the correct term.
I
Bill,
can't believe
poor
how stupid we all were on
sweeties.
that. It's like, duh, it's hatchling.
It's a hatchling or a wormling by a lot of popular terminology.
Yeah.
We can just refer to them as snacklings.
Snacklings.
Hatchlings or wormlings.
Because kobolds, they're snacklings.
I'm very curious if they'll be fluffy.
But if they come out as crazy as Scab, does that just mean they're scrambled?
Yeah, that is actually an interesting. Would they be fuzzy or would they be scaly?
Perhaps a mix of both.
So Sunny sits down and it's
Patchy?
like, so
Spidey.
Mongo actually,
Spidey
I don't mean to sound derogatory because I'm the last person that should do that because, well, obviously the gods wouldn't be as mean as they are to me if I actually deserved happiness, but not to be rude, but Scabbard actually was able to do something right and have a child.
Damn.
Scab was the first one to be wed of all of the siblings, but it wasn't exactly because he was sober.
Kippa told us the story.
It was a hilarious story. I'll say that right now. But I'm just like, alcohol, engagement, marriage, baby. Like, this has moved quicker than my brain can comprehend. Say that.
Osling looks over at you and she's like, "You're plenty smart. You just weren't expecting that one in particular to have a child." Mongo, I could see having several children one day and being old and gray and as crazy as Plume Tree.
Okay, half of that I'll agree with.
And Nikolai, I could actually see having him make all of his own children, not actually produce any.
Wow. Really?
I can see that. I can see him tinkering his own children and creating them in how he sees fit.
What the hell?
Create them
That's
to where they
weird.
don't speak back. They do as they're told. They follow around like a pet, essentially.
Wow.
Oh, so I see the connection you're getting at. So Ace.
Wow. What the? Jeez.
The funny thing is, it's not wrong.
I mean, are we wrong in saying that you might possibly, potentially think about tinkering your own child?
Yeah, that's just weird.
Is it wrong for us to say that about Nikolai?
No.
Yes, it's weird.
So you're
Not
heading
in the
back.
slightest.
You're heading back home.
Yep.
Okay. And you're spending the night at the library.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Mongo actually finds something, he's gonna keep fucking going. Till he probably passes the fuck out.
So Sunny sits down and she's like, "Yeah. So lots of stuff going on.
Very much so. Very much so.
But we don't tell anybody about the whole situation with Essen Crest."
No. No, not unless it is brought before the council and it's spoken about with just the council.
Oslin looks over. Well, we're all directly involved, but we're kind of keeping it from the majority of you guys so that you don't have to worry about it, because you're supposed to go and adventure while we deal with the mess.
We do still need to help at some point.
Well, you're basically helping by cutting the legs off of the cow so that we can roll it into the furnace.
I thought we
Alrighty.
just put wheels on the feet and sent them downhill.
No!
Kamikaze.
I learned the history about that cow and I'm sad. They raised that cow from birth.
That
And
cow
gave
went
it
down
the
in
most
history as a
love and
legend.
attention and affection. I don't care that it went out a legend.
That cow became the town's hero.
No one knows that it was the cow.
We'll have to go back and just randomly put a cow statue in the town.
That would be awkward as fuck, but hilarious at the same time.
What's the story behind this?
I get the right spell, I can do that in one fucking shot.
Put it in some type of pose where it looks like it's looking down on this bullet and going to smash it. You know, like it's doing.
Actually, I got it. It's just like that epic, like, you know, anime staring down at their victim type of look.
Yeah.
Just do the bronze bull statue, but make it a cow.
Why does the statue look like a cow got fused with a rocket? It's so weird.
Why is it flying at that bullet?
So, Sunny starts to say something, and you hear the door open, and Scabbard comes moseying in. And Oslin reaches over and grabs all the scrolls and rolls them up and puts them into her pockets.
Hello. Well, hi. Anybody here?
Sunny's like, "You're a sandwich."
Hi, Sonny. Kitchen, I assume? I'm putting things away right now. I'm still in the front area.
And, yeah, they're in the kitchen.
Space.
I'd be helping Osling put her stuff away.
Sonny, since you're still here, anybody else? I'm walking. Oh, hi, everybody.
Hi.
How you doing? You look tired.
Sunny
I
has
kind
his
of have to
hand in-
prepare for a big test. Of
She
course,
just
I'm
kind of rubs her
tired.
paws together, and you just see it just burst into flames and then ash.
You know,
She burned after eating.
you're. Did you do that on accident?
Do what? You saw nothing.
Sonny, you just look. You know, I'm not gonna ask.
And she picks up one of the table mats, one of the cloth ones, and she drops it there, and all the ash goes in different directions.
What's going on in here?
Cayenne took me out today, and I just saw a giant horseman, and oh my god, they're so big.
Uh,
Big everywhere.
elaborate, Cayenne.
Oslin looks over. Please elaborate. What?
Input.
Sunny saw Troyus without any form of clothing on at all.
Big! Giant!
Oh, okay.
Oslin's like, oh.
There are things that kind of are just in the face when, you're over 10 feet tall. But, when you're wearing armor, everything's hidden. It's very awkward to be a centaur.
Right.
Hence why you never see me without anything covering my lower extremities.
Well, okay then. Sonny, while you're here, I had a question, but that seems to be okay. Do you still have that map of the house? The gem that we had, that there was a map of everything.
She just gives you this look sideways, and she's like, oh, Noodle has it.
I'm wondering if there's anything around here that I missed. Well, we know what Ithos was. It was a pearl dragon. I still don't know what that means. And I can't find any information at all in the library. The Hunters Guild didn't have... Speaking of the Hunters Guild, there was a really strange individual there.
And, Feisty comes in. And Sunny looks over. You don't say. Well,
What did Feisty say?
she said that you willingly gave him the information that you're actually like a gemstone kobold, and that he's a notorious, like, bounty hunter of dragon things.
Well, I mean, I didn't willingly give that information. I mean, it's kind of impossible to miss. I don't know if you've noticed. But, I was looking for information on dragons and different types of rare dragons. And this individual managed to overhear when I was speaking with the person at the counter. Anyways, this person gives me some really bad vibes. I don't like them.
Scav, do you remember when we were taught back in a couple towns ago where we need to be more careful of who's in the area when we're speaking?
Yep. That
Did
one's
you
all-
happen to even take a look to who was possibly around in the area before you asked for that kind of information?
I'll be 100% honest, as the player, I don't remember.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
didn't. This player knows that you didn't. So this player is calling you out on that.
Yeah, you kind of just walk in and just start blabbing whatever.
You kind of just announce who you are, my dude.
But, yeah. Didn't give out any names or anything. Just that I was looking for information in regards to a rare type of dragon. So, aside from that, let's keep an eye out for a really weird black-scaled dragonborn with red eyes. Really bad vibes.
Sonny looks over at you, and so does Osling. Osling looks to you, Cayenne, like, did he just miss the sign hanging above this individual that screams, probably evil?
Oh no, they're definitely evil. I sensed it on them. That's why I didn't go. They wanted me to go with them. I did not.
You should have just not spoken to them at all. Because now they probably remember what you look like. And you don't know if they're in this town alone, and who they work with, and who follows with them.
True.
Scabbers.
Where is your thinking?
God, do we need to get a cart that can, like, keep up with a white paneled cart with no windows?
I got that right.
Well, I'll look around and see if I missed anything. I'm pretty sure there's something in somewhere in this house that some sort of clue or something. I don't know. I'm gonna head. I'll be in the room for now. I do know that Mongo was still at the library. I don't know when it or if he'll be leaving.
Did you just call me an it, motherfucker?
Totally did.
I said when or if.
No, you said it.
I said
You
if.
said
No,
when
you said
it
when it
or
will be
if
back.
he'll be back.
I said when or if.
No, you said
you
it.
said
We all
it.
heard
Did I
it.
really?
You
Yes.
referred to
Yes.
Mongo as an it.
Motherfucker.
My bad. Look, I'm tired. No,
I thought we were a family.
he might be there a little bit longer because he was reading really heavily into a book. So
Runs in the family.
Was he sniffing the ink? He does that.
I don't know how to respond to that. I've never seen. Have I ever seen?
Now, big
Feisty, have you seen that?
Feisty's already like sauntered off.
Okay, well, I'm gonna be in the room.
And you hear a loud boom, and some dust kind of comes from the rafters, and you hear all the mushrooms down far into the place giggling with each other.
Oh no.
What was that?
Oh, fuck.
I'm taking off toward that sound.
Do you need help? Okay.
I can handle these little barbarians.
Just bring your mushroom soup recipe with you.
Frying pan, maybe some butter.
Sonny,
Huh.
can I get your help with looking around for things?
As long as it doesn't involve removing any vital organs.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. Never mind. I don't know what I'm looking for.
And she climbs off the table, and she's now shorter than you.
Alright, well, I'll leave you to whatever it is you're doing, Osling.
Good, because you're testing my patience.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm going to look around. Let's start in the room, I guess.
Scabbard,
Yes.
I think you've earned a new title.
Huh.
Emperor Fuck Off.
You know,
I was going to say Emperor Oblivious.
I kind of like that. Unironically. Alright.
So you're gonna go look around?
Yeah, I'm gonna see if there's anything I missed.
Okie dokie, go for it.
And see if Sunny can help with this.
She is trying to help you as best as she can.
Oh, that's.
As much as possible.
So you're with Starbar.
Yes.
Did I take time on this?
No.
Apparently, I have neglected reading her tutorial book, so I'm looking for it, and I'm putting it in my book bag of holding instead of my bag of holding.
Investigation.
Okay. Oh, I got nice. Come on, roll good for me.
Mongo.
That's not bad.
What are you trying to research?
Oh, let's see. Pulling energy from the other planes.
All right. Investigation.
17.
17. Start taking things out of your bag. Start looking around. Start fishing about. Start looking. You don't find it anywhere.
I'm going to check the book bag of holding that I have.
Investigation.
That was a big fat 12.
From you?
Mm-hmm.
Me as well.
18.
18. You don't find it in there either.
Star bar.
Nikolai?
There's only 2 places I would have put that book. Are you sure you gave me this book?
Yes, I'm sure.
I don't have it. I would have put it in either my bag of holding or my book satchel of holding that only holds books. It's not in there. I could turn it inside out, but that'll make a mess. Maybe that's why I didn't read it. Are you sure you gave it to me?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You got another one?
You really misplaced it, didn't you?
There's only 2 places I would have put it. And they're not in there. Well, I mean, I could just turn it inside out. And
Do a wisdom for me.
Wisdom? Okay. Four.
4? You start going through everything again, trying to categorize everything. In Starbar, she sits down and she's just working on something casually. Look, it's a Mars. He's on the camera. And, yeah, start going through everything, and, yeah, you're not finding it anywhere.
Well, when I get back home, I'll just turn everything inside out and put it all away later. In case it's still in there and I'm just not able to find it in here for some reason. I'm sorry.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Interesting life. How have things been for you?
Fairly good.
Fairly good.
Ship upgrades. you
Ship
know.
upgrades? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So how hard is it to learn how to speak familiar friend?
Well, you know, it's a book, so that should tell you how hard it is.
Alrighty.
Unless you're not really interested in learning.
No, I want to learn. I try to learn, but I'm always moving around. Hey, I remembered something. I remember somebody at one point telling me to look for Red Dot here. Do you know who that is?
And Starbar just kind of smiles a bit. Oh, I've heard of Red Dot.
I heard that she's like the headmaster here at the Stinker Eagle.
She's one of the headmasters.
Okay. I don't know why I was told to ask for her, but anything I need to know about her?
She's crafty, interesting, a little bit insane, always looking for self-improvement.
Okay, interesting.
She, for a tinker, once spent an entire week taking on all the challengers in a pub to a fighting contest.
Alrighty, interesting. So, I show her a little bit of a pre-thought sketch I've done of kind of like a like a attachment to put over the front of Ace, wherein I can be comfortably there and be able to see, because I need to be incognito, and this is the only thing I can think of right now. How do you think this will work out?
She's like, why are you going to hinder your companion?
Yeah.
She motions to hers, and the big giant owlbear just looks over.
Well, I went to this place called the Hole in the Wall.
Quite a fabulous place.
Yeah, it was interesting. There was a really cool tool in there that I was told to sleep on before buying, I guess. And then I went there the next day or two later. Someone had already bought it. It like you give it your schematics and the materials, and the tool set will just build it for you. I thought that was cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I want one.
Yeah. So do I. But so I asked about some way to disguise myself, because I need to be incognito. And this genie guy kept on changing me into things.
That's incognito.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't seem to understand that I need to be able to not do it when I need to not do it. Like, I need to be myself at times, and then when I need to be incognito, I need to be incognito. I don't need to be incognito all the
I have a
time.
solution for you, Nikolai.
What?
You have siblings, correct?
Yeah?
Hear me out first before you decide on this solution, and it's free of charge.
Uh-huh.
If you want to be incognito, just simply have your siblings beat you to near death, and people won't be able to recognize you.
No. They'd probably be too eager.
You think we would be it? Never mind. I asked my own question.
It would give Cayenne the option to practice scarification techniques.
No. Which is why I thought about the little, like, compartment to be in. And basically kind of look like a Warforged instead of...
Why don't you repurpose your Reach Magicka to be a whirly magic thing instead? That way they can't actually reach you because you're in the air.
Interesting. That sounds dangerous, but fun.
Oh, great. Nikolai with air superiority.
Oh my god, he's gonna be Gadget.
What?
The male version
Oh
of
my
gadgets.
Don't know that one, so...
Tom is defeated.
How do you not know that one?
It's after.
Yeah,
It's after,
he-
yeah.
Remember, different age group.
Yeah,
Slightly.
yeah.
70s, 80s, those were like his cartoon jam. 90s, not so much.
That's too fucking accurate.
All right,
It's
well,
not allowed.
Sure.
Oh.
Guess I'll be Gadget.
No. No. You
You're
are
not,
not
you're not that
allowed.
adorable.
Okay. Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, that might be something to think about. Have you ever made a flying thing?
She looks at you dumbfounded. I'm the mechanic for an airship.
Well, no, okay. I meant more like a thing that looks like a creature.
No, I have an airship.
Okay.
God, he's gonna make a tactical assault hummingbird.
We'll just fly and become a needle.
No, it's gonna be a woodpecker. That way he can be a real prick to the enemy. Did you know that we actually have a woodpecker, and I'm about ready to kill that motherfucker at this house? Excuse my French, people.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can you hate on Woody?
Because he sits outside my shop and beats on the AC unit because they're too dumb to realize it's metal.
Fair enough.
That one's been in the neighborhood for years now, I think.
I'm on comms and I hear tink 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 tink. And I'm like,
Oh god. Maybe the woodpecker's just a fan of early Robot Chicken.
Jesus. Right.
Okay. So, yeah, I just come here to... I don't know, I find myself in this weird situation where I don't got nothing to do.
Then relax for once, Nikolai.
How do I do that?
Giggle pouch.
Go back to your family and actually, instead of quantify how important they are and how you can validate their importance within your existence, why don't you spend some time with them and get to know them?
Every time I try to do that, everybody, kind of shoos me away.
Because they assume that you're scheming. It's natural for people to assume a mouse
Scheming?
I say more plotting.
is... You're a
Planning.
mouse.
Alright.
And besides, you can let them know that you ran into your friend Starbar, which is an honor, which are clearly superior.
Well, yeah, you taught me everything. But one day, I'll outdo you.
She's like, uh-huh.
I need to go look for that book, I guess. That apparently you swear you gave me.
Oh, I gave it to you because I remember that.
Alrighty.
You find dust bunnies and a half-eaten carrot that's been slowly growing its own roots.
So you relocate it? You don't get rid of
High or
it?
low?
That's a Manny thing.
Let's do high.
Oh god, who'd be just beating with the rape carrot?
As you get towards the atrium, Cayenne, you hear from the other direction. You hear Osling. Whoever threw that carrot and hit me, I'm going to rip your arm off.
Whoa.
I swear to god, if you fucking blame Sonny.
I ain't saying nothing.
And you hear Sonny, I think it was Scabbard.
Good girl.
And you start hearing her walking in a direction. And she pauses for a moment and she picks up a cast iron pan and she's like, this'll do to sever it.
Okay, Command going full Kupo. Or,
Scav.
Sorry. My apologies. I was aiming for
hey,
a
good
trash
news,
can.
Nikolai, you're gonna have a project.
I'll have something to do. Spend quality time with my brother building a new arm for him.
Oh god, I know the first thing that he's gonna request that the arm can do. Pat himself on the back.
Double jointed shoulder and elbow so he can pat
Scabbard?
himself on the
Don't
back.
go
Left
fucking wrong.
or right? Which one do you want to lose?
I prefer neither.
Because one of them is coming off.
Yeah, no.
That's my sorting hand, not that one.
And you see her walking in the direction of Scabbard, and she's testing the weight of this cast iron pan.
I'm gonna make my way back there.
God, I just see that part in fucking Rapunzel. Cast iron skillet. I know, right?
Scav,
Yes.
the fuck did you do?
I threw a carrot. I was aiming for the trash can and I missed. Let's just say I should not quit adventuring and become a sports person because I would not do well.
elegant as ever.
I am terribly sorry, Osling. Truly. Don't hit me with that.
She's like, catch, and she drops it, and you just hear it hit your toe, and you hear a loud crack.
Ow.
And she turns and heads past you towards the atrium. Shall we go investigate what that noise was?
My foot is physically uncomfortable right
And Sunny comes over, and she's like,
I'll fix it in a moment.
and she grabs one of the toe that's off to a side, and she just crack.
Oh.
Oh, that looks worse. And she pulls it the other way.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
I'm trying to help.
I know, and you're doing great. Give me a
I'm
moment.
gonna put the skillet up.
I'm gonna fix this. Medicine.
Come on, let's be a 1. I hope it's a 1. That'd be
Actually,
great.
wow. 18.
now. Well, there's one involved.
Yeah, but it's
you
17 too
put
many.
it back in line, and it was off at kind of, it was almost like S-shaped in a weird off angle.
Oh, fuck. That's a fucked up toe.
Cure wounds to fix that properly.
And you like push the bone back into place, and you can hear a bunch of little fragments of bones like slightly grinding against each other in the cartilage.
I'm just gonna stick with the description that Scav's toe was starting to look like a gummy worm in shape.
It looks more like if you left a hot dog in a pan for too long and it burst open.
Did that do any damage to me, by the way?
Oh, you're asking for damage. Okay.
Physical or psychological?
6.
Cool. It's gone anyways. I was just asking because I use cure wounds. Just want to know, like, hey, cool.
6 points of damage to your toe? It had to hurt like hell.
Oh yeah. It's a fucking cast. I don't know if you ever dropped the cast iron skillet.
No, because it's a cast iron skillet. I would not drop it on my feet.
Kind of the fact that Osling is as tall as Cayenne, and she just
2 foot tall.
So this
riding
this
dude.
is basically a normal sized cast iron skillet to a centaur, meaning it's a lot bigger to you.
Yeah. yeah.
That could have removed the toe being dropped from the height that it was at, or flattened your foot entirely.
It is
I mean, just be
fixed.
glad she's not taller, dude. That thing could have gotten up to terminal velocity.
Imagine if Troyus dropped it.
Alright.
Like a
That
crater where
fixes
his
the
toe
problem.
was.
Let's keep looking.
That should be like rears back.
Let's try the room
Just
this
fucking-
time.
God.
Every time you take a step, you're reminded about what just happened.
Yeah.
Your foot's a little tender.
Okay, so cure wounds doesn't help with phantom pain.
No.
I feel like some of us should write that down.
Gav, I think you should probably sit for a moment, since it's your largest toe that you use for balancing. You're not going to get any better from walking on it.
Yeah, probably.
So
You
he
should
comes
sit
over
for a
and she-
moment and use some kind of fabric and some kind of wood to at least stabilize that toe
Oh.
for a little bit.
Sunny's like, I got this spell called freezing touch or something like that. Cold touch, I don't know. But I could do that on your foot.
Good.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Shield touch. What time of day is it at this
It's
point?
towards dinner time.
Towards dinner time? Alright. I'll invite
It's fine.
Starbar
I'm just
over
going
to dinner.
to touch your foot and it'll cool it off.
I'm gonna put my trust in you.
Ask Starbar if she wants to go,
Go
get dinner
ahead.
and
Ray
just
of
chat.
Frost?
No, chill touch.
Oh my god.
I need a four-sided die.
Chill touch, that's a fun one.
I need a four-sided die. I also need another die for wild magic. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's see. I have one of those. I need more.
I'm getting nervous. That's a lot of dice.
What has happened
Chill
to
touch.
Scab's foot?
Chill touch, yeah.
Need one more.
Oh no.
There you are. I need you. Yes.
Here
So-
we go.
So Sunny puts a cloth around it, and she's like, "Okay, I've never done this before, but let's see how it goes."
Well, that's reassuring. Let's do this.
And you, as you're standing there, Cayenne, and as you're sitting there, Scabbard, you feel the room getting physically colder. Like, you can feel it on your skin, like the room's cooling down. And you can see it gathering around your little paws, and she puts her hands on your foot where the injury is. And you instantly feel almost like razor blades of cold going through your foot and up your ankle and like all the way down to the bone itself. As your toes turn into like literal icicles.
Oh,
As-
bad touch, bad touch.
As she does 15 points of frost damage to your foot.
Fuck. Damn.
48.
Fuck.
Necrotic? Oh, then again, I mean, she could wind up just changing the fucking damage type.
She's like, there, I cooled it off for you.
It's gotta be numb by now, right?
And you see icicles actually like coming off of his foot.
Damn.
Usually, that spell's used to attack.
I used it once to cool off a cup because it was too warm.
Chill touch on her.
I mean, that's
Just-
a clever way to cool off a very hot drink.
Kobold profanities.
And then Sunny just starts crying. She's like, I did something
You
wrong.
made my
And she
sister
walks,
cry.
and she walks out of the room, and you hear the door down the way to Mungo and Sunny's room close.
None of this
No, I
gear
heard-
hurts. More so, just like this really fucking hurts.
You're fucking
I-
bud.
I'm trying to think of what I can do right now before trailing off after Sunny. I know I heard the mushrooms laughing,
And they blew something up.
but I'm a deal with that after I
I will.
go see Sunny.
You go and help with the shrooms, whatever's. I'll fix this, and I will talk to Sunny.
Not without fucking supervision, you fucking won't.
You're not there.
What makes you think I ain't gonna find out about this?
You're still not there. Yes, I'm gonna cure wounds again. Here we go.
Actually, hold on. I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit before I leave Scav.
All right.
So you're gonna cast Healing Spirit?
Yes. If my thing will behave.
Yeah.
To second level.
So he'll know he got rid of it.
Ah,
They won't disappear, but it'll be clickable. And so he clicks it.
that's a 7.
So you see, let's see, oh yeah. So you're instantly even more like petrified as she moves her hands and she casts the spell, and you see the cold air just kind of distort a little bit as this thing just pops into existence with like this soft like green glow, and it looks almost like a Paragon but petite, and kind of like almost like an actual jackalope, and they're transparent, and they have like these vibrant eyes. You can tell that they're really, and they're like, they look at Cayenne and they come forward and they just touch your foot, and you can feel nature's warmth just working through your actual foot and ankle.
Huh, that feels nice. Well, that's...
I'm going to let the jackalope thanks, and I'm gonna go. Actually, duration concentration up to minute. I'm gonna concentrate up to a minute and before going to Sunny, because I believe,
Yeah, you can heal multiple times.
yeah,
You're going with the original rules instead of the
I'm
changes they
going with what it says on
Yeah,
here.
so the spirit's just kind of working. You can see him reaching into your actual like foot and ankle, and almost like touching muscles and fibers, restoring them, almost working in a way that you can't understand as a paladin.
Okay. I guess once they're done with this, I'm gonna go and find Sunny and let her know that, hey, it's okay.
You can certainly try. You stand up and your foot's just like throbbing now.
Okay.
It's like the middle of the night when you fall asleep and you realize that you fell asleep on like your arm or a leg.
No.
Go and find Sunny.
I don't know what weird ass position I fucking fell asleep into, but I woke up, both my legs were fucking numb.
I've woken up and I've gotten 2 Charlie horses at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not good.
I've also gone from having, like fallen asleep on my leg to where it has that numbness to instant Charlie horse.
Oh,
That's the worst.
that doesn't sound like fun.
So, yeah, you see him start hobbling out of the room.
Scav,
Yeah,
you need to sit.
can wait. I'll be okay. I just need to make sure that Sunny knows that it's fine.
I can talk to Sunny for you. I can have her come out here so you can speak to her.
Okay.
But right now, hobbling around is probably the worst thing that you can do for your messed up foot.
Yeah. Alright. I'll wait here.
Instead of him hobbling over to the table, I'm going to gingerly actually put him on my back and take him over to a chair so he can sit comfortably. At least fix it in such a way that he can actually put his leg up like level with his heart. Like what you normally do for a twisted ankle.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. No walkies. No walkies.
Okay.
You sitsies.
I will stay here. I promise. I swear.
I'll go check on Sunny and I'll be right back.
Okay.
So go check on Sunny.
Yeah, you go to the room that she shares with Mongo, and the door is locked.
I'm just gonna knock and let Sunny, it's just me, Cayenne, that everything's okay and that if she would like to, she can come out. Gab would like to actually thank you for the good work that she did on his foot, although it was a painful experience for Scav. It did help from causing any more damage to his foot.
Do a survival for me so you can listen in. What are you doing, Nikolai? You gonna go look for the red dot person?
Well, yeah, I was going to ask if Starbar wants to come join me for a home cooked meal. I have learned cooking. Pretty
She
good
looks
at
at you and she's like, as long as it won't kill me, I will be delighted.
it. Okay. And then I just want to stop at the front desk, see if Red Dot is in, talk to her,
Okay.
see what she has to say.
Yeah, there's a Kinku there.
Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Um,
Um,
I was
Expect
told
somebody
to
I was
ask
told
for
to ask for
a red dot.
a red dot.
Apparently, she's one of the headmasters here.
Apparently, she's one of the headmasters here.
No, that's me, the player on that one. What was her name?
I can hear the brain.
I can't remember the name of the woman at the Tinker
Call.
at the Tinker Guild. No, not Cog. At was it Winemore that we were at?
You've met so many tinkers, man. I can't come up with a fucking.
I'm thinking
Willowfall or
Willowfall.
Winemore?
We're in Willowfall right now, right?
You find a
Cassil.
book of. You find a recipe that's tucked away in one of the books for cookies.
I'll make a copy of it. Why not?
You want to investigate the recipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, slide a Paul while you're doing that.
My survival was 11.
11. You just hear
Yeah.
crying.
Motherfucker.
Sonny, can I please come in?
16.
16. They're
Yeah, no.
a basic recipe that's very hastily written, and you can see
Yeah,
where there needs to be
but
improvements
like-
made. But it's for a limoncello sugar cookie. After a few moments of quiet and crying, the door unclicks, and you're free to enter.
I will make sure my hooves are clean before I enter.
I can't remember her name. But the gnome at the Tinkering Guild, at Winemore.
Mm. And you look at this.
So yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You look at the state of Sunny, and she's just crying. Her face is soaked from how much she's been crying.
I already know what I'm going to do to get my revenge.
Yum 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 yum.
This is what I get for having gummy bears.
You just gotta put them in like a jar of vodka.
See the gears
Make,
turning.
make it coconut rum and we may have a deal.
Coconut rum with some cherries.
They'd have to be the Bing cherries for me. I like my cherries sour.
That could be really good.
Mm-hmm.
Can we just have the cherries? too? Oh, I'm not a fan of coconut. I'm sorry.
I just get close to
Got it right there.
to Sunny and just let her know that everything's fine. No one's mad, no one's angry. Nothing's ever happening to her. She did nothing wrong.
She's sitting there and she's just like full on crying, and she's like, Scabbard refers to like everybody as an object, and obviously I'm an object, and whenever he gets a chance, he's going to probably sell me to a noble so he can further his reach and influence.
Sonny, Scav would never do that. He's not that kind of person. He is, however, an idiot when it comes to keeping his identity, a secret when we're out in public. But he's not the kind of person to stoop as low as the Keepers, or even as low as the Dwarven Empire, which just needs to be blown off the face of this earth.
Working on it.
every last one of them dragged out of their houses and brutally disemboweled would be the best method I would prefer.
So we're
And
only
make
have
sure
two
it's
separate
a sort
points
of
for that.
You only have
I'm
two.
just kidding.
if there's a spell for it, if you were able to somehow televise it to different planes, that would be great.
Yeah, but 6. How many of them are actually fucking working?
And she's just full on still just sad cat crying. Little yawls.
I'm just gonna lay down as best a horse can to get to her level, just because I don't want to shrink down, and then go back to normal size. That just
Disorienting.
very. So I just gently put a hand on her shoulder, so I'm at least try to get eye level with her.
She's so tiny. Is that her now?
No, she didn't shrink down.
Oh.
She just got down low so she could actually get to Sunny's level.
Yeah,
Did you
because I
find
know
him?
Sunny's
found her
normal
info.
height.
That's why I didn't hear exactly what she said she was doing.
Yeah, Sunny just curls up with you and it's like half cry, half purr. It's truly pitiful.
Sunny, you did a great job. You did nothing bad, and Scab's never going to sell you because he's not a dwarf.
And you're just getting like,
I'm just waiting because I'm waiting to actually
I'm just going to.
speak with Sunny.
I'll hug on to her, and the last thing I'll say to her is like, and plus, if he ever tried, I know his wife, and I know a secret he does not. I can put an end to that real quick. That I
Tom was
promise you.
concerned.
But, as stated, Scab's not evil. He would never go that route if he's at least that smart. He knows that that would just bring the downfall to everyone. It would ruin so many more lives
Always play your favorite.
than it would bring good.
And she sniffles. What if he wants to make a mustache scabbard?
I don't think he would ever do that.
Oh.
I actually have not seen him make a creation before. Like a sentient creation, I should say. I've seen him make objects that are useful, but as far as a sentient creature or object, I've yet to see that from Scav. I don't think he would want to do something like that, but I also don't
Mustache.
know how deep his interests go into that sort of field. I know that he's been going to temples a lot more, so it seems like he's trying to stay more toward religion and learning what he can to do good by his own name.
Good, because he would be extra ugly with a mustache.
Extra ugly.
Wow.
Oh, Sonny. Oh. I do know that when you feel ready, Scav would like to tell you thank you, and that he believes you did a good job.
That might be the quote of the game.
I like that.
And Cindy puts her little paws on you and she's like, thank you.
Of course.
What was the info you found there, Nate?
Yeah, so Rylan from the Tinkerers Guild in Winemore told
Raylan.
me when I... No, it's Rylan. R-Y. Well, that's what
Now she remembers.
from the Tinkerers Guild in Winemore told me to come here to ask for Red Dot if I can get to Casil. Is Red Dot available?
The Kenku looks very peculiar and turns and heads to the back room. They come back out a few moments later and they sit down to sign, be back, and there's a question mark for where the time is. And they walk in.
While waiting, I'll look see if there's any decent requests for stuff to do on the board.
Investigation.
Probably not. That would be I forgot what my investigation was. 12.
Let's see. You only see. You only see one that catches your eye before you're interrupted, and it's literally just a small piece of paper that's there that's held with a single thumbtack, and it's been there a while. And it simply says, "Are you troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night? Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic?" And before you can finish it, the Kenku comes back.
Thank you. I love that.
Pretty great.
Oh, I do the deep dives here.
Yes. That would be a fun character to play. An artificer that like specializes in hunting ghosts. That'd be so cool.
You have to do artificer, blood hunter, ghost hunter type.
So eventually the Kenku comes out.
A video on how to make Venkman.
They hold up the paper. They will be in tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Cool. Do I need to make an appointment?
They go through a couple of cards and they put them together in an order. Between open and close.
Okay. Can you say that I will? Can you let her know that I will be here tomorrow morning, shortly after opening?
They don't take appointments.
Oh, just show up and okay, gotcha. All right.
As you turn and you head out, you get out the front door of the Tinkerers Guild. You pause for a moment and you realize the Tinkerers Guild never actually closes its doors.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. It's true, it doesn't.
24/7, so sometime tomorrow.
Sometime tomorrow. All right.
So you're gonna grab Starbar?
Yeah.
And,
Grab Starbar. Let her know. Bring her to the house.
And Cayenne, you hear some more dust comes off down, and you hear a bunch of maniacal laughter down the hall.
No, no.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Nikolai's bringing his mentor over to the house for a meal. Why does that old Van Halen song "Hot for Teacher" stuck in my head right now?
Okay. I think the mushrooms need to be corralled.
What song?
So,
Hot for the
so you head off to the atrium where the noise is coming from, and you head inside and you kind of start looking around for the source of the noise. Do an investigation for me.
Oh boy. Let's see if I'm able to pay much attention. With a 17.
It takes a little bit of time. Then you smell the very pungent smell of cotton candy and crystallized sugar. And you're seeing that there's sugar shards sticking out of some things, almost like stalactite spikes. And you come around and you go to this area and you see Feisty on her back just laughing at me, but she's a rainbow color and the mushrooms are getting their little hands and putting paint all over her to make her look like a rainbow.
No, but I'm
Oh no.
Oh crap, where's the Viper plant?
High or low? And do a nature for me.
Shit. I'll go high. I've got my nature at 22.
Someone has introduced the Viper plant to Ganja.
Ralph,
And
what the fuck?
And with the other plants being so mischievous, you could probably put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, those little shits. They're getting way too smart. They're getting too smart for their britches.
You easily Starbar's where she was before. She's working on something, and
So I tell her that I'll bring you to my home here that my parents left me.
fancy.
Yeah, it is.
She motions to her companion, and the companion gets up and starts following behind. And Ace is like watching this just mountain walk by, like,
I'll figure out how to make you bigger, buddy. I'm working on it.
But yes, with this wonderful image of Feisty looking like a rainbow cat now,
It's hilarious.
we're going to go ahead and take our 30-minute break and get some food in us, and then we'll be right back after that. We hope to see everybody here once we get back.
Woo.
Where's the button? Ah. That's the magic button.
Hey.
That's one of them. You have like a choice of 4.
Where did the GM touch you? There.
In the feetals.
So, yeah, you eventually probably do head back home with your newfound recipe. You do find a little tiny little book that says Munchkin spells for Munchkin people.
It's pretty great.
And, yeah, you're actually able to talk to Sunny.
No, he did a good job. It just hurt a lot, but thank you.
And what are you doing with the feisty disaster? Now, okay, I'll get back to you in a moment.
That's what she's doing.
She's eating feisty?
No, she's eating the mushrooms.
She's punishing the mushrooms.
Mushroom mince pocket. Oh man, there's a place that will hit her in the feels.
I'm
pretty
just
tasty.
gonna try to talk to the mushrooms to tell them to not destroy everything in here. This is a very sacred place.
That fights back.
And they're like, they just all kind of like give a weird salute, and you can tell that they probably have gotten into the stash too.
Fucking kind of stoned ass salute.
I am gonna go check on red and blue.
They're nestled off in their nice little corner, and they're still tending to the egg.
No.
What's
Slap
it called?
yourself with the back
And,
of your hand.
Do a perception for me.
So the Ministry of Silly Walks.
That's
or the
a
Ministry of Silly
oh
Sleeps?
so strong 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
You're suddenly hit by those ever so girly feelings of, oh, it's so adorable because they're cuddling over the egg and making baby sounds.
After that, I'll head back out.
You head
Go
in
back to the kitchen.
Yep. And you're all gathered in the kitchen for getting there for dinner. You get there. You eventually get there as well, and you hear an unknown voice, and then you recognize it as Starbar.
Hello.
Oh, it's been a while. How have you been?
She's like, Mongo, you learn anything yet? Or has Scab dumbed you down?
Oh.
That's not very nice.
I refuse to answer.
But it is correct.
We don't use that word.
I will get to making dinner. You guys mingle.
Oh, speaking of which, I found a new recipe. We're trying it tonight.
All right, so you're going to help me cook?
Well, Mike can sit.
Okay. All right.
And Sunny's sitting there. She's like, did you know that Cayenne took me on an adventure and I saw a giant naked horseman?
I'm sorry, what?
Quite an interesting story.
So,
You brought Scav too?
No, I
No.
wasn't there.
no, Sunny, I was taking her with me to meet the Archdruid of Yokain, Prolia
She's
Song.
really cool.
And we happened to stumble upon a completely unarmored, completely unclothed Troyus.
Big!
Oh, maybe
Needless to
somebody
say-
doesn't have any
Needless
black
to
eyes.
say, I seem pretty tall for my height, but he's 2 of me. So visuals, you can see what I'm getting at.
I wish I couldn't.
And you see that Sunny's been crying now that you're up close to her.
Oh.
Was
But
it that bad?
I did take Sunny to meet the Archdruidess, and
She's terrifying.
oh,
I
Oh, is
understand your
she
fear
scary?
of birds.
Not a fear. I
Just a terrifying
just
urge to run and hide.
well, they're fucking dangerous, okay?
Ozzy walks behind you and makes a caw sound.
I'm gonna mess with them. I'm gonna use my
Oh, you want to give me another reason for revenge after making my fucking sister cry?
kobold speech and a little chirp. Just say, "Hi, Mama."
And Id and their companion are there.
Oh, great.
And Feisty comes walking out eventually. She's kind of a little bit wobbly, and you see that she's just rainbow colored all the way through.
Feisty,
And
what
through.
happened to you?
It's like when you do like when you've seen the chalk paintings on the ground and the golden retriever goes and rolls in it, or the husky. Yeah.
Code,
This
that's
is,
gonna take forever to clean.
This is a present from the mushrooms. That's the noise you heard.
A big boom
What?
of color.
Wait, what?
But not only did the mushrooms decide they want to paint her, she was actually having a lot of fun and very happy in there with them.
As long as she's having fun.
Yep, just in the atrium.
And yeah, you hear a knock at the door.
Who that can be?
I'll go check the door since Scav hobbles.
Yeah, that's a fun story.
And
I'm sorry, what?
you get to the door and you open
Osling
it by
dropped
hand.
Osling dropped the thing on you.
And
what
there's a
was this?
paladin there and a
And
few
Sunny
other
fixed my
like
foot.
noble guards,
It
and
hurt a lot.
they're like, "Ma'am, maybe we
She
come in
thought she did
and
something
make
bad,
sure
and
that
so she was
the
crying, but
location is
Diana
secure."
let her know that no, everything was fine. I spoke to her personally as well. And let her know you didn't do
I
anything
barely
bad.
caught that
You
much.
actually helped me out. It just really hurt.
There's the paladin and there's a few noble guards.
She tries to
They
help.
ask if they
And
can
make her
enter to make
cry.
sure the area is secure.
No, she thought she did something bad. I'm not the one
Uh,
that cried. She just honestly thought she did.
Hey
something
guys,
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
we
cooking.
have guests
Second.
wanting to check to be
I'm going to
sure
take my
the
time
area is
to cook dinner,
secure.
if I may, please.
Hmm.
Who sent you?
Alufa comes up to the front. It's protocol. They just got to make sure the area is secure.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Hello, Alufa.
She's like, "Hello." And who you are?
Nick,
I'm just kidding, Mongo.
Nikolai.
What? I'm
we kind
cooking.
of need it.
Alufa is here with some people that need to actually come in, and you need to give them permission.
Alufa can come in.
Yeah, but the others that are with her, it's a
The
requirement.
paladins and guards have to come in.
Am I in the middle of something that I can't just walk away?
You can hand it over to Mongo. It's basically stirring.
Mongo, stir this. Don't
Please,
stop.
Paul.
Performance.
Go over. Okay, what's going on?
The paladin looks at you.
It's cocked.
We need permission to enter your domicile to make sure that it is actually secure and safe.
I look at Alufa.
I'll take that.
This is
Alufa's
some-
like, it's protocol.
Okay, what are your names?
You don't need names, Nikolai. Just invite them in so they can do their duty and then leave.
No, I need names.
No, you do not need names.
Yes, I do. Because if I don't have names, I can't remove their access.
And the paladin immediately crosses his arms. Are you hiding something that we should be aware of?
No.
And you eventually hear someone from behind kind of arguing a little bit, and you see Kippa. She's like, I can't come in until they make sure it's secure.
I just need names to call them.
Fine. Guard 1, Guard 2, Guard 3, Guard 4, Guard 5.
I guess that'll work. Guard 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you're welcome to come in for the day.
And they look at each other, they look at Kippa, and they head in. I can't enter until they make sure the area is secure.
You've been here before.
I know.
Why is there suddenly a concern? What is going on?
It's none of your business, Nikolai.
Yeah, it is. That's my
No, it's
sister-in-law.
not.
Above your pay grade.
When I say no, it's not your business.
What was your performance?
23.
Oh yeah.
Doing
Yeah.
something totally not important.
So
That's when I
Scabbard,
fucking roll high.
you hear the commotion from the front door, and you look over, and you do a double take as there's a center island, and Mongo is standing on it, and he's sashaying, and it's waving his hips, and you see the thing moving in ocean with it, stirring perfectly.
Careless Whiskers is truly a fitting name for you.
And you catch a few words that he's saying that he's trying not to be too loud about. He's like, shake, 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 Sonora.
You truly are your father's son.
And Cayenne, you come back to the kitchen and you see what Scabbard is staring at.
I'm saying this out loud too, so she probably heard it.
I'm just going to enjoy this visual.
And Nikolai, you get back to the kitchen and you see this as well.
You can stop now if you'd like.
I want you to roll a will save.
The butt wiggle is infectious, bro.
18.
18. You start to feel your butt move a little bit as he's doing this, and you're like, no. And you see him turn around and look at his own ass. He's like, no.
Wait, so you're the one screaming at your own ass?
Thank you, Mongo.
Eventually the guards finish and they take post outside. And Kippa comes in and she's like, oh, that's a nightmare.
Hello, Kippa. How you doing?
I'm
Well,
fine.
aside from the annoyance.
And the paladin clerk are there. They're like, anything you're preparing, we have to approve for her to eat.
I'm preparing it. Deal with it.
And the paladin puts his hand on the table and he leans forward. Oh, I will.
You know, I could just eject you out of here.
And you will be facing a royal crime,
Okay.
as I'm sworn to protect Lady Kippa.
I understand. Doesn't mean you can be. Doesn't mean you have to be an asshole. You're a guest in my house. Don't be an asshole.
Kippa's like, he's not being an asshole. Things are specific, Nikolai.
Wait, so how the hell do you check to see if it's okay?
The one of the clerics holds up this thing, and you can see it's a chain with like this sort of thing on the end, and they just kind of hold it a little bit, and they're like, "This. It's from the Magic City. Detects anything highly magical or irrational or anything of danger.
Wait, irrational?
Things that are afoot that could be dangerous to Lady Kippa. Hidden rooms, hidden objects, traps, dangers, any sort of things. Evil spirits. The list goes on.
Oh, good. I thought I was going to have to give up my secret family recipe that's been in my family for moments.
Right, carry on. Do what you must.
That was 18 on my sleight of hand or preparing plus whatever taking time adds.
And there's another knock at the door, and you could probably send someone else to answer it.
Oh,
Technically, the siblings could invite people in.
I didn't know that.
He didn't know
I'll
any
go
better than
I'll go
Thomas.
check the door again.
Yeah.
I'll start working on the cookies.
And you open the door, and you see a familiar goblin there, and they look up at you. Diane?
Oh.
And they just smile. They're like, and they adjust their glasses. What did the baby corn say to its mom?
Bones.
I don't know.
Where's my popcorn? It's good to see you, Cayenne.
I've missed
It's great to see you too.
I brought another goblin that is interested in hanging out. And you see Fought behind her just looking around, and he's still wearing the same thing that you gave him to wear that's oversized. It's got a few new stains on it now.
Oh boy. I'm scared to even ask. I'm so scared to even.
Kippa, Alufa, Fot, and Pulse.
I'm-
Starbar.
I will most, after letting Nikolai know that Fa and Pulse are here, I will invite them in because we do know them.
Yep. Pulse comes in, and she's rather slow because she's an old frail goblin. And she's like, she gets inside the door and she's like, and she just kind of, gets in her pack. She pulls out something and rolls it out. And it looks like a tiny little, carpet. And she goes and she sits on it and she's like, mush. And the carpet just starts moving at a normal walking pace where she wouldn't be able to walk.
Pulse!
So it's not a flying carpet, it's a crawling one?
No, it floats.
It's just
It's a floating carpet.
Yeah.
I fucking love Pulse.
How cute would it be if that carpet changed into like the shape of like a Galapagos tortoise and it just looked like red carpet? That would be adorable.
It'd be pretty great.
And you see Pulse come in with the Fought. And a lot of the core group is here at this point. And it's just
Oh,
you.
I'm going over to Pulse.
And she looks at you. Mongo?
the only
You
family
learn
member missing is
anything
Millum
yet?
right now.
I seem to have a fair hand at mixing a few drinks.
Bartender. Classy. I'm impressed by that.
How you doing, Pulse?
Still alive, too stubborn to die. Oh, I got a potion for that.
Kippa, Pulse.
Speaking
Pulse,
of, there's something
Kippa.
that I've been working on.
She looks at you.
Well, as it turns out, one of the plants that Cayenne and Ozzing's mother had jewels something very unique. And I'm pretty sure I can make very fun use of it.
Curiosity's been piqued, but I'm here for food. And Pot stops dead in his tracks and he turns. Food?
Why do
hope
I
you're
just-
making enough
why-
for all these people?
Why do I see just the scene with Bruce the shark and his pupils just going just huge
Who's the shark?
as Spot is saying food? Just big eyes.
And Mellum comes walking in and she
Oh, thank God.
And she
Please tell me
pauses.
you're going to help me cook.
She pauses at the doorway. Holy shit, that's almost the entire council. I didn't do it this time.
Please tell me you're going to help me cook, sister.
Let's open the dining room.
Okay.
She heads off to the side of this room and she pushes open double doors. This tiny little thing just pushes open the double doors. And you see this large dining room table that can seat at least 40 people.
Shit.
And you can see all these deep scars and scrapes on the table. Same thing with the pillars in the room. And it's a bit macabre to you, Cayenne, but you can understand it and you realize it's probably your father's decorating. You see all these stuff and mounted heads along between each pillar
That's dope.
of various conquests.
What's the one stuffed head that stands out to me the most?
Investigation.
Because I'm really curious about these. 14.
14.
Some dude with a pink beard.
Don't do that to Lady Beard.
That would be psychotic and crazy.
You come to one and you pause for a moment and you're looking at it. And you turn your head and you look at the seat, and it's directly where your father would have been sitting on a daily basis. And you look back to it, and it looks like a humanoid head, and it's been had to have been reconstructed because it was bashed in so much.
Oh, fuck.
And
I'm guessing that was definitely an adversary he was glad to have gotten.
and you see under it War Chief Terran.
God damn.
Wait, so War Chief humanoid as another centaur or different race?
Possibly.
Oh my
Without
god.
the rest of the body attached, you can't tell.
I know. Okay. Well, Dad has an interesting sense of fashion and decor.
And there's all these bone, chandeliers hanging above, and you can see this beautiful stained glass ceiling that's been meticulously made to reflect the stars.
That's just awesome.
Okay. Got a picture of this?
And Pulse comes over in her little carpet next to you. She looks at you, Mongo. Hey. How are you?
Not too bad.
I have a question for you, Mongo.
I may have an answer.
Where did the broccoli go to get its drink?
Damn it.
The salad bar?
Very true.
Witty as ever, I see.
And still not dead, unto popular belief. I've been conscripted into this new job.
Oh, you have taken the job. Oh, that's fucking fantastic.
But, food. Kippa walks in. We're not here to discuss work or business. We're here to enjoy each other's company.
I think after dinner, Cayenne wants to at least take thought to her mom's and dad's kind of sacred space, because I think he would find an appreciation for it.
Who are you taking there?
Thought,
Okay. And,
but it'd be after dinner.
and you can see there's a head of the table. But it's not the normal head of a table. The head of the table is actually rounded. So there's not a actual head of the table. There's a spot for all the members of the Obscura to sit at. Equally, essentially.
It's like a Knight of the Round
Yeah.
kind of table, yeah.
So it curves around and then comes straight back to the rest of the people sitting at the table. And you see the paladin go over to the middle seat, pull it out, and offer it to Kippa, and she sits down. And she motions to her left for you, Scabbard.
Take my seat by her side.
I'm going to see if I can get Plume Tree here, too.
You can certainly try.
And she,
I mean,
Starbar travels with Plume Tree. She probably has some type of direct connection.
And
I may have an idea. It's a little off the wall, but if it'd work on anyone, it would be on Plume Tree.
and you hear some fussing in the corner before you look at Plume Tree, and you see the massive dire bear that is Starbar's her machination
Oh,
companion.
fuck.
And it's in the corner of the room between a pillar, just trying to get comfy, and flops over it, and then decides to walk over to the fireplace section behind Kippa, and it flops over to her. And you can feel the rumble in your stomach.
I look over. I'm sorry. I forgot how fucking large he is. That's on me. That's my bad.
And you just hear them just kind of sink their claws in. It just you can hear the deep grooves being carved into the stone.
Feisty.
Feisty's already sitting at the table right next to Kippa on the right
Gotta
side.
have her. I'm
She's sitting in the chair and she picks up one of the napkins as the table sits itself and tucks it into her collar.
Oh my god, that's fucking adorable. She's still a rainbow too?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so trying to summon Plume Tree.
Yeah.
Jump to the left. Step to the right 4 times.
The hell?
Put my hands on my hips. Bring my knees in tight. And do a pelvic thrust twice.
Performance.
What the hell?
He's a fucking chronomancer doing the time warp. If that doesn't fucking summon him, I don't know what will.
Love
I've
it.
been waiting to drop this fucking gag for like 2 months.
Holy shit.
Everybody here can fucking vouch for that. I plan this shit sometimes.
You killed Cayenne.
You got my
Oh,
full
fuck.
support.
What?
Oh no.
Was that a 1?
Oh, suddenly, 3 different versions of Plume Tree show up.
You see him stumbling over himself, and then he just kind of starts doing the Ace Ventura pelvic thrust.
Oh, fuck.
What the hell?
And suddenly you just feel a tinge in your back on the 3rd one.
Mongo! What are you doing?
Oh, fuck, ow.
Brother, sit down before you hurt yourself further.
Mongo, are you having a
Plume Tree here
seizure?
as well.
We can
I was
sit
trying to
there
do
and
something
message
to...
Ozzy
dim the
looks
pop
over
by.
at you, Cayenne.
Oh, fuck, I moved the wrong way.
I think he is having a seizure.
No, I just...
That looked really painful.
Yeah, it was. Oh, fuck.
Come here.
Try to fucking stretch
Actually,
it out.
that's a bad idea. I'm not gonna help because I can barely walk.
Quick question. Is Sir Mir there?
Yeah, he eventually does make it there. He comes in and he's very quiet.
Hello, sir.
If he comes in, like, relatively close to me, I'm gonna offer him a hug.
He looks to you, and you can see that he has that still soldier mode, and then he raises an eyebrow and he just takes the hug.
I'm glad to have you here, Sir Mir.
And he's like, I'm glad to be here, Cayenne. It's been a while since I've seen this room.
Have you seen Mom and Dad's atrium?
That place is a death trap.
Oh,
They've-
only if you forget to say bad juju before entering.
I once saw your mother at work in there, and she summoned a deer. Let's just say some of the fauna made quick work of it.
So don't put your rabbit in there.
My rabbit is safe in a room that has no plants or anything chompy body or otherwise.
So there were these plants, as I recall. They were, what's, Kip was like, describe it, and, noodles, like, noodles.
I look at my familiar.
Noodle looks like, looking around like, and Kip was like, that's what a chef referred to as pasta. Yes, pasta with many thorns on it that rolled around and latched onto whatever it was attacking, and it hunted in packs and wrapped around the deer and compressed it until it was juice, and then ground up the bones and everything else and slurped up its remains. It was gruesome. I was impressed.
That sounds terrifying.
I never saw those. Just what I like to refer to as a viper plant. It's like a Venus flytrap, but a lot more vampiric, and its saliva actually takes arcane magic, like seeps it out.
Oh, not just arcane.
It interacts with divine as well.
I'm not sure what it does
So-
against nature magic, though.
You met Montoya.
That's Montoya or Montoyo.
Montoya.
So female. Makes me wonder, is Montoya a mom?
As far as your mother stated, that she was unable to produce, but she did that on purpose so that the aggression would be much worse to enemies.
Jesus.
Got it. Yes, I met Montoya. Me and Mongo both did. And also found Red and Blue taking care of an egg in the atrium.
Serpmere looks a bit concerned. The birds are breeding.
I assumed that they were legit, both female.
I took them out for a hunt with Troyus.
Yeah.
And I got a few new scars from them. Wonderful birds.
They
wrestle
are
very
they are
well.
great, but being baby birded by them is not pleasant. It is a very slimy, gross affair.
The red one loves to wrestle, especially. It was quite enjoyable.
Wrestling with that bird. Shit.
You probably would have enjoyed the shenanigans that Nipsey got into when I went with the birds on a hunt. The first hunt I had ever taken Nipsey on, and this little bitty plant, as big as my hand, was able to take down a medium-sized deer by going in through the back end and out the eye socket.
Oslin looks over. Regarding Nipsey, yeah, be wary of any victims that Nipsey attacks. You might want to cremate the ashes.
What?
What?
Why is that?
Well,
I'm intrigued.
I decided to take Nipsey out for you, as it needed some fresh air. And Nipsey proceeded to attack a small raccoon, and during its injection process, I guess, or extraction process, it proceeded to impregnate it with babies.
The fuck?
It's kinda
Ooh,
disturbing.
so it seems like someone needs some fertility treatments to kind of stop that process.
That could be a very big problem if we're not careful.
The fuck?
That-
Oslin looks over.
Actually, that could be beneficial in some things that we need to get done.
You know, it can be, but it can also very quickly get out of control if we're not careful.
Oslin's like, for once, the kobold is actually smart.
I
The
I
fuck?
agree. If it's not handled correctly, it can get really bad really quickly.
There's
But if
several
we're smart about it,
cautionary tales of druid magic getting a little out of hand and becoming a plague. Such as the giant vampiric locust.
The what? Sorry. That was actually legitimately like, what?
yeah, my same reaction. Excuse.
speaking with a archdruid, they described one of the druidic plagues that a spiteful druid caused. They are locusts as big as you, Scabbard, that would hunt in hundreds and basically descend upon a town, eat the citizens and drain them of all their blood, and they would find the bodies completely exhumed of all liquids.
Locusts did this?
Great, so it's like that
Yes.
thing in One Punch Man, where all the mosquitoes just drain you.
That's a nope. That's a big fat nope.
Cautionary tales.
Yeah. What? I'm sorry, did you start that off with one of?
There's a few. Sonny's like, can I share my story?
Of course.
I saw Troyus naked. And everybody just kind of stops into their tracks, and Kippa just face palms.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we are here to relax. We're not here to discuss business, so I think any kind of chatter and random nonsense at this table is fine.
That is fair. Business can wait until tomorrow with our meeting.
And Sir Mir goes to a side room that's attached to this, comes back and sets this large cake on the table. And
Oh, fuck.
he looks at the date on it and he's like, tonight, as your father would say, we drink in the great hall, we be merry, we enjoy the cookings of the wee mouse, although we might get more food due to size issues. And we drink on this cask that has survived 2 cataclysms.
I've only one request. We don't leave this house.
Fultz is like, it will be an exciting night. Hopefully clothes stay on. And Fultz already standing there naked, and he starts putting his robe back on.
Oh,
As soon as Nikolai gets to a point where he can leave something for a moment, he has to go ask Kippa a question.
Okay.
If we're gonna start drinking and we don't buy coins, she's never gonna fucking forget Mongo.
yeah.
And yeah, you can ask for someone to get coin. And Aloof was
asking.
like,
I'm asking.
Aloof would be the best person asking. She's like, I'm sure I can. I will be back. Don't start the festivities without me.
Don't tell her about the cake yet.
Right.
Try to make that a surprise.
We can pull out one of our dwarven ales. We have 3 kegs of those.
2. We already drank 1.
That's right, we did.
And yeah,
That's fuck alcohol poisoning.
you're able to go talk to Kippa,
Yeah.
but she is next to Scabbard, so
I'm going to try to see what new I guess religious symbols were added to Fott's collection. Like, not outright ask, just look to see if I can tell what they are.
yeah, do an investigation.
I'm gonna try to make the limoncello cookies too.
I will not be drinking because more than likely Kippa can't, and I'm not gonna do that.
So what do you? She's like,
So,
what?
Kippa, I invited my friend here. She's like kind of like my teacher in artificy, and she doesn't know anything about any of this going. She needs some explanation.
What degree of explanation?
All the royal stuff going on.
The moment you start to say royal, the cleric moves their hand and just silences you. And you can't get the words out,
Okay.
and you're.
You know what I mean.
There's
She's
certain
like-
words that we can't use, Nikolai.
And Kippa's like, we can explain we're all friends and family here by association, but certain things are to be kept secret right now.
I understand.
And Starbar's like, she comes over and she looks at Kippa and she's like, last time I saw one of your kind, they were beating down a stone giant with a rock.
Just gonna look at her sideways glance.
And Kip was like,
Just for clarification, you said
Um,
the fuzzy
do you
kobold
know
was being
what-
a stone giant with a rock.
do you know what one of Kippa's favorite creatures are?
the Starbar's like, what's that?
I believe she called it an owl dragon.
Dragon bear.
A dragon bear, yeah.
Hey, what?
Terrifying creatures based on description.
Kip was like, not to interject anything strange, but most of my kind are very peaceful. It's kind of an outlier for us to be violent.
More of a necessity thing from what I remember you telling me.
Extreme necessity. My father's got a certain penchant for it.
It's got a hell of a right hook, too.
And, yeah, her parents are there too, and they come wandering in, and they're like... and, Kippa's mom is just
getting in
staring
here.
daggers at you. From across the room, you can feel the daggers on you.
You feel the points on the back of your head.
The front of his face, because he's facing the door.
Hi.
And she comes over and she's like, she stands next to you, and she leans in. If you don't take care of my daughter, you won't wake up. And I will find a necromancer to bring you back so you can be a marionette in a closet.
I can assure you that I will be doing everything within my power to defend her.
And then you hear her father from across the table, then get strong, asshole.
I'm working on it. Sorry about last time as well. I have no idea why.
I've seen more muscle on a cooked chicken leg.
My investigation to try to see the new religious emblems was a 19.
A 19?
Yeah.
You see a few, you see one that's peculiar that's made by, it's very crudely made, and it kind of looks like a, crudely drawn, like, three-pronged, chicken fingers in a circle around it, and you can see almost like a stick figure of a centaur. And then there's a lightning bolt behind the centaur.
This is pretty great.
You said, did you say 3 chicken fingers?
Yeah,
like chicken claw.
yeah, like they got chicken to put their hand on it, but they couldn't really draw because they don't have the artistic talent.
I was confused. I was like, do you mean chicken fingers as in what we actually eat, or do you mean chicken feet?
Chicken feet. The imprint
Okay.
of a chicken foot, I guess. Or the outline of a chicken foot.
So Mildo
Yeah.
and Kilo are there. Is Udin there?
Odin?
The brother.
He is not.
Oh.
I'm gonna ask about that, actually.
Who are you asking?
Kilo is the one that's next to me, so... Notice Udin isn't here. Is everything okay?
She looks at you. Everything is fine, Scabbard. He just doesn't want anything to do with you because he hates you.
Wish I could understand why. I mean, I understand why.
And her father speaks up. Why don't you try summoning him again?
I know better than to do that.
He's tending back to the shop home. He would prefer to do that than be in your presence.
Well,
Damn.
when next you see him, let him know that... Saying... Hope he's doing well.
And you hear this manga like,
Udin does not seem to like me.
actually, you're in the kitchen cooking.
Mm.
But yeah, just let him know that hope he's doing well.
So, I'll introduce
Probably doesn't like me, but hey,
Starbar to my sister.
I still care.
And your sister looks over. And she walks over to you and she puts a hand around your shoulder. And she's like, hey, me, yes, me, Mellum, the one that blows up things. And everybody just kind of looks over. I think my brother finally did it. Look, he brought a girl home. And,
yeah?
Starbar's like, oh, is that...
No, you...
Woohoo!
Is that why you brought me?
No, I haven't seen you in a while. You taught me a lot of how to do this shit. I wanted to cook you dinner.
And Millam's like, oh, you're putting on the charm, aren't you? Giving her dinner, giving her alcohol. I'm so proud of you.
Shut up.
Don't blow this one up.
What? Yeah, Starbar, this can all be yours.
Starbar looks around. What?
People call me Dance.
And Starbar goes and sits down and
Wait
she's
till
like,
coin shows up.
and she finds out about this.
Oy.
But yeah, Fod has an assortment of symbols. There's the lady there, there's Bahamut, you see another one for Owlbear, you see one for Garl Glittergold, you see another one for Elven Ranger God.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Her name,
That gal.
That gal.
yeah. Oh god, there's like 4 others that my brain's like,
Soon? No,
Yeah,
that's
it's-
Soon of the Moons.
it's like, my brain's like, go fuck yourself.
Sealant? No,
some
Sealant's
point-
the other dragon god.
Cayenne will politely ask Fought about the peculiar, oddly drawn centaur one. She wants to hear from his mouth his explanation of who it is, who it is for.
Alright, so you're gonna ask Fod about this?
Yeah.
Fod looks at you. Cayenne wants to learn about the new god? Well, I went to visit the Goblin Row. It's being rebuilt, and the goblins are trying to help. This one they gave to me, saying it's their deity that they discovered called the Cayenne. I'm sure it's no association to you, but you should be thankful that you're named after a deity. And they're saying that she's big and mighty and powerful and super wise and super generous and has ingravated the entire goblin culture for the betterment.
Do we all hear this?
Yeah.
Oh, Scav is probably doing the best he can to hide some chuckles and giggles.
Whoever this deity that's reached out to the goblins has really touched their spirits, and it's starting to spread to other towns.
Should we tell him?
I'm dying inside.
Hey, you're not there. Listen.
I'm
In
dying
the
so
kitchen, he's
hard
saying a lot
inside
about
right
it.
now.
Everybody's hearing this.
Oh. Well, I'm just going to accept my fate at this point. There ain't nothing I can do about it.
She's slowly becoming a demigod.
And
No.
it's like the goblins even, showed me some of their newfound scripture in the honor of the god. That she is mighty and they will protect them from evil, and that evil gobos should be aware as she will collect their skulls for her throne.
Yes.
Oh no. Fuck.
Blood for the goddess, skulls for her throne.
You're gonna have
Mother
people
dies, I'm playing a
murdering.
goblin
You're gonna have
who
goblins
worships
murdering
Christ.
evil goblins in your name.
I'm
my God.
I'm okay with
Did
this.
anyone
but
catch that?
holy
What was that, Tom?
You found
What was that?
scripture.
What you said?
Oh, that if anything happens to Mongo when he dies, I'm playing a fucking goblin that worships Cayenne.
And
Follow the Cayenne around as an acolyte.
No.
No powers because she's not a god yet.
You don't know. Enough people believe in a being.
Yeah,
It
that's
can
true.
happen.
and Coin comes in, and she sits down this really big cake that's the size of her, and she's like, and she pulls something, and you see some magic go off, and the cake grows 3 times its size.
Yeah.
And Coin's like, I have arrived with the rum cake.
Yes.
Surprise! We have this too. How you doing, Coin?
Coin's like, I'm buzzed. I can drinks. She goes over, Cayennes.
Hi, Coin.
How are yous? You're not dead yet. I'm happies. Have you murdered
I'm-
anybody recently?
I'm
Gee.
okay. I've got my
Who's it, Chad?
Archdruid test coming up in
Oh.
5 days.
Good. You're going to do swell.
This Archdruid that I'm going against is terrifying.
So, Archdruid, who might that be?
The Archdruid's name is Pearlia Psalm.
Them. Right. On to drinking.
Oh.
On to drinking.
I'm sorry to say that you're going to do absolutely wonderful. I think you'll pass.
I did get a really lovely gift from Lady Corin's husband from the hole in the wall. He gave me my mom's journal when she was young.
And her eyes light up a little bit. She's like, the secrets. You know the greatest thing about the hole in the wall and the husband? The biggest secret? She leans in really close. His name. If he ever gives his name to you, then you know you're very special.
That's good to know.
And Coin walks over and she hands you a tiny little package.
Thank you. I go down to regular size. So it's not so tiny. What is it?
It will fit in like your tiny hand.
Okay. I'll open up the package and see what it is.
You open it up. Do an investigation for me.
Alrighty.
She said,
13. I mean, it's right there in my hand, so.
Yeah, but did want to make sure you drop it or actually investigate it properly.
Okay.
You see a note on it, and it's actually from the Jinn.
Okay.
And he's like, and it's simply, you open it up to read it, and you hear his voice. Everybody hears his voice. Sorry about our brief interaction, and not providing something in your favor.
Oh.
I wish I could be there in person to deliver. Oh wait, I can't be, and he pops out.
Wait a minute. Have my parents invited you before?
Why would I need an invitation? I'm too glorious to deny. Look at me.
I know you're fantastic, but apparently people aren't supposed to be in here if they're not invited.
He's a djinn. He can be
I
wherever
invited
he
myself.
wants.
That's more than enough for me to get in.
Actually, he could probably fucking do that.
Yeah, he's a djinn, dude. He can be wherever the hell he wants to be.
Nikolai, I
Right?
forgot to give you a small gift in response.
Thank you. I'm just now worried about how safe my family's home is.
You see him start floating around a little bit. This attached to the card. The card's just dragging behind him. And he pulls. He has like a little like thing, and he pulls out an hourglass and a pipe, and he has his hat on, and he's looking around and floating around the room, and goes through the wall. The card
spyglass.
Yeah.
Goes full fucking Sherlock.
Walk around.
And he eventually comes back, and there's like smoke coming from his pipe. And he pulls out, I do say, dear boy, this place is rather sanctified and safe.
Thank you.
And he throws the pipe over his shoulder, and he's
Ginger.
back to normal.
Thank you. Will you be staying for dinner?
I have other engagements. I simply wanted to drop off your gift and depart. And he poofs away.
Thank you.
And the guards have their swords half drawn, like, and the clerics are like,
Trust me, it's
I'm
fine.
looking right at them in the same kind. I know! I thought this place was safe.
It's fine. If he wanted to hurt anybody, he could probably have just done it with a blink of an eye.
Oh yeah, no, trust me, those things. The best you're going to do is amuse him.
the gift itself, you see it's, you immediately look at it and you're like, this must be a mistake. They're probably for Mungo.
Okay.
Because it's a deck of cards. But you're looking at the faces of them after you take them out of the box. They're all blank.
Huh.
And you put them back in the box, and you're seeing him struggle with this a little bit, trying to figure it out how it works. And you can see that the cards are blank, and he puts them back in.
Yeah. I'm too busy cooking dinner. I'll do an identify on them later.
You can intervene, Mungo.
What's that?
I don't know. Here, the more your style. You tell me what you think about them. I've got dinner for 40 to cook. I don't have an hour. You may have an hour right now.
I got cookies in there.
Yeah, go ahead and do an Arcana or an Investigation.
Get back to cooking. I've got to cook so much food.
18.
18?
It's the same number for both of them.
You look at it looks like a really beaten, like, package to these cards. You know, the sleeve for it. You open it up, it's worn, it's beat. You take the cards out, they're all blank. You're like, they're magical. And you're looking at them, and you try to look at the back of them, and they have, you know, like the standard issue pleating on the back, and you can see the edges are all frayed and worn. You put them back in, and you draw one card, and you see something materialize on it, and you see that it has a 5 at the top, and it shows a plank, and the card falls from your hand instantly, and you see a stack of planks there.
That's dope.
5 wooden planks, like 2x4s.
That's pretty cool.
Well, I think we just figured out what it is.
And then the card picks up, goes back in, and you can feel them shuffle inside the deck.
Huh.
A deck of random things.
A deck of many ingredients? I'm
A
sorry.
deck of many tricks.
A
Raw
deck of
materials?
many
A deck of
components.
materials. That's cool. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, I'm sure somebody with all the shit you want to fucking build can
Holtz
fucking
looks
put
over.
this to good use.
Mongo's got hardwood. And Coin's like, he doesn't even have a tent pitched. Mongo, don't tell me you're a munchkin there as well.
Not a munchkin, just modest.
And he's always cold.
No,
I mean, he is always Donald Ducking it.
Yeah.
So, you get some assistance in cooking dinner. A lot of people come in and help you and
Okay,
do
yeah.
for everything.
Just make it a whole thing, yeah.
Kippa's mom most specifically.
Okay, that's cool.
And she is a fucking soldier in the kitchen. Like, she's like, I'm taking lead.
But I'm making this recipe.
That's fine.
Okay,
I'm in charge of the kitchen now.
you got it.
I'm the captain now. And if you argue with me, I'll have my husband deal with you.
Oh shit.
I welcome the assistance. Please tell me what we should be doing.
And she starts hollering out things like a professional chef. Like, you know when a chef takes an order and he reads off the ticket? And you're probably like,
Go do it.
And you guys hear this from the other room. And Kippa's dad's like, I better go help.
That's pretty wild.
And after a
She
while,
always like that?
Kippa's like, yes.
It's impressive.
She was a chef for several years.
Awesome.
Shopkeeper and chef. Impressive.
Well, there was this one moment briefly when we had a shop and an actual food place connected together, but we had a harsh winter and it had to close its doors.
Oh.
Bad crops, bad season, so we couldn't maintain one or the other, so we gave up the cooking portion because it was more conducive. But she was actually able at one point to feed the entire town's military.
Is it
Impressive.
something she absolutely loved to do?
I haven't really asked her that.
Probably get something set up for her out there again in Willowfall.
I've tried to get things set up more akin to mid to high nobility for them. They won't do it. They want to stay modest.
That's understandable. How are you doing?
I'm fine, just very busy, and I managed to pull enough strings to get tonight off.
That's good.
Okay, and you can do an insight with actually advantage. Others can too that are in the same room. Are you in the Did you get out of the kitchen because you didn't want to be involved in the military march?
I assume at some point in time the cookies at least went into the oven. And I'd show her the fucking recipe.
Yeah.
You said insight with advantage.
Thank God
Yeah.
that was with advantage.
Not you.
Oh,
Your first roll.
Said that right away.
With advantage is 21.
Okay.
My lower one was a modified 20.
I said insight?
Mm-hmm.
21.
21.
6.
6. You're just kind of looking at Kippa. You two, though, however, you look at Kippa and she looks very tired and stressed. But she's trying to, maintain being there. And Coin's like, this is a rather morbidly interesting room. And she looks over at you kind of, did your parents decorate it?
I believe this is my father's doing.
The decor screams, horror. I murdered this motherfuckers.
It is pretty macabre but impressive.
I'm
peeked-
more curious about this humanoid above his chair, though.
Osling goes over and she looks at the head and she's like, and she leaves the room and she walks through the kitchen area to go and you hear a door close down the way.
Yeah.
After about 5 minutes or 10 minutes or so, she comes back and is just kind of watching the area. She sets down her bag and she starts looking through it. And she takes out a few things. And she's like, okay. Time for me to do a show, I guess, since everybody else here seems to be wanting to do some sort of show.
Oh no.
Id, assistant.
She's going to talk to it.
And Id comes over and he lands on the head and he pulls the string out of the mouth that's keeping it closed, and she stuffs some herbs into it. And then she takes her hand and just grates it along the broken, jagged teeth, and you see her blood fill its mouth.
Casting enemy dead on the motherfucker.
And then she does like a symbol around the face, almost like, making a cowl around it. And the eyes flutter, the glass eyes that have replaced its real eyes kind of roll around a bit, and it speaks for this thing. And it's, I can't see or feel my body. Where that motherfucker?
That's impressive.
Damn, I wish I wasn't cooking now. That'd be so cool.
And everybody's just like, the clerics are reaching for their weapons again. Everybody else is like, the fuck? And Osline's like, oh. No, Halvar's not here. How did you die? And who are you? And the person's like, I've been forgotten to history, my worst fear. I was a great warlord of the East, and I raided many encampments and murdered many women and children, and had a glorious empire. And I was like, okay. She breaks the symbol. That's enough. And she reaches up and scratches Id.
Okay, glad that one is
And
Is ahead.
You're present for this whole thing, Mongo. And Coin's like, well, that you don't see every day. Sonny's like, please don't let that ever happen to me.
One
no.
moment. I'll go
That's
over.
never happening to you.
Place 2 coins on there and.
It's way above your head, man.
Oh well, shit. Never
Like,
mind.
Osling had to reach up to do this.
Oh, Osling, can you pick me up for a moment,
And she wraps her hand real quick.
please? Whenever you're done.
And then she puts her arms under your arm. It's just, Simba's you.
Place 2 coins on there and cast gentle repose so that cannot happen again.
And you see that as you cast that the coins sink into the head and almost melt around them. And you see the mouth fuse shut.
Problem solved.
Don't do that again.
That's impressive. But no. That's a very bad person.
Osling's like, oh, that was tiring. And she goes and looks for a drink.
Do you need me to peel that for you?
No.
Okay.
And she just kind of motions, I bleed from my goddess's gifts. And she motions to the long-ass scar that's recent on her arm.
I'll back over to my seat next to Kippa.
Kippa's like, what did you do?
Cast iron skillet fell on my foot. I'm okay. They just need a day to recover. I've already took care of it and healed it. Don't worry, I'm fine.
The cast iron skillet wouldn't have fell on your foot if you hadn't thrown a carrot at Osling.
Accidents.
That may be so, but your aim shouldn't be that bad.
Yeah, no, it was 100% deserved. I'm fine. Don't worry.
Bad talking
Hey,
head. Go
at
to
least
timeout.
you didn't lose an arm or both.
Kippa's like, going forward, I decree nobody's allowed to dismember him.
Did you say that out loud?
Yeah.
I will say, damn it! I was so hoping to build him a new arm or something.
Look,
Oh, come on. The way he fights, you know that day's coming sooner or later, so you might as well start
I'll
the
make
plans.
I'll make this promise to you. I'll make sure nothing and no one dismembers him except you. But I only ask that you allow me to watch.
fair deal. Although I might hire someone like Wraith to do it for me because
Oh,
Ew.
she'd be really good at it.
just ill.
Speaking of Wraith, where is she at? She's not here.
She's been deployed overseas.
Oh. Well, okay.
And so everybody's able to gather in the main dining hall and start enjoying the festivities. You see the giant cake that's there.
It's like, okay.
And Sir Mir, he's like, hey, who wants to see a trick?
As I'm bringing in food.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And he pulls out 2 of his swords, one in either hand, and he pulls them around, and you just see the cake perfectly cut.
Damn.
That's a pretty impressive trick.
This guy is endlessly impressive.
Sir Mir's like, I'm just a royal guard doing their job.
More than just a royal guard, Sir Mir. You are a member of the Obscura.
Your family.
You are family.
And Sunny goes over and she just walks across the table. She has no like fucks given about proper manners of this, and you see Kippa like, oh, please don't walk across the table, that's not proper.
It's fine. We're in our own home.
And she goes over and just hugs Sir Mir, and you just see him just kind of like tense up briefly and just kind of like hug back, like not expecting this.
Did I get to see the little demonstration about Nikolai and Star Wars?
Yeah.
Good.
Kippa, will you be staying here tonight with us or back to the house?
I'll have to go back, but I can stay for dinner and enjoy some levity. And the paladin stands there within reason. I'm sure Cayenne is staring daggers at these folks.
You have no idea.
And
I have hatred for them right now.
And Kippa walks over, and not Kippa, Kippa's mother walks over, and she has a plate, and it has a piece of cake on it, and it has a bunch of like pickled food on it, and she sets it down in front of Kippa, and the paladin comes over, and she looks at the paladin, and she's like, if you so much as touch this plate, I will let everyone in this room take their turn. And the paladin looks at Kippa, and Kippa's like, sorry, she overrules you.
It's probably like, she overrules me.
And Kippa's just like, she takes a bite of the cake, and you can just see like this pure joy on her face. Like she hasn't had something like this in a long time.
As soon as I can get a chance, I'm going to go over to Coin,
All right.
and I'm going to tell her what I think Nikolai is planning.
Coin's like, wait,
Shut up.
wait. You're telling me that he's actually found someone?
I think so.
You know I can.
Oh
do,
my god.
You know I can do ceremonies, right?
I figured.
This is
So
fucking
can
ridiculous.
Kippa and.
Oh, I
Scav-
figured that. Well, they're not quite there yet. I mean, they still need to.
Wait, how
Oh
does
my god.
how does that work? She's.
Have you ever worked for
How
Seeking
the fuck did
Nichols?
it work for Scav's parents? There's a gigantic fucking difference there.
This is fucking ridiculous.
He tries anything. His
Oh my
dad tried
God.
anything and fucking get lost.
And you're sitting next to Coin, and you're hearing this whole conversation. Cayenne. Like, but those two are at least compatible as far as scales go. Not scales, but scales. This is
Look, I'm surprised you. I thought he'd be hooking up
this
with
is
a gnome.
large, noodly, and disproportioned.
This is fucking absurd.
Welcome to D&D, motherfucker.
Cayenne.
I don't even. I don't want to know.
Coin looks at you. Cayenne.
Yeah.
Nikolai actually brought somebody home. And she points to the otter, and the otter looks over. get too much food. She puts back something.
I mage hand it back over to her. No, you're good. You're good.
That's Starbar.
Coin leans in. She brought him home for dinner and drinks.
I don't necessarily think that means anything. Nikolai's all business. I don't think he has an emotional bone in his body.
Wow.
But he tinkers, and
He couldn't even handle the concept of what a brothel is. That
right.
there are
and Starbar walks over
beings that
across the table
have-
like,
he
Much
didn't
like
even
your sister does.
comprehend the concept of
And
the
she's
fact
like-
there are beings that like to have adult fun without having the responsibilities of having to raise offspring. He still cannot understand that concept.
she's like,
Maybe he's finally hit that age.
hey, Starbar's like, hey, I'm kind of picking up what you guys are talking about. Lean in very close. I'll tell you a secret.
This is gonna hurt.
When he was training with me on the airship, you know what he talked about mostly? Guess.
Grinding
I'm
the gears.
either gonna
She just
think
punches you
tinkering
in the nose
or family.
for 2 points of
Oh
damage.
fuck! Okay.
He talked consistently and overly obsessive to the point where I had to tell him to shut up a few times about you guys. You guys were like the biggest subject that he talked about while he was working.
He does want to be with the family a lot.
He's just inept at processing emotional output. you,
That
got,
tracks.
you got some blood coming out
Yeah.
of your...
No, I'll try to fix that.
And Sunny comes over and she just puts her hand on your nose and... There you go. Now it's straight again.
Thank you, sister. Prestidigitate the blood clean.
You know, you should meet his other friend. She's a hamster.
Other friend.
Yeah, she's a miniature giant space hamster.
Gadriel, she's so cool.
And she could probably lift this entire table on her own.
Who the fuck knew he had so much game?
And you're looking at this table, and it's just this. You're like trying to ponder how much this table actually weighs.
Okay, look, your dad, I believe. But I'm sorry. One more time?
A miniature giant space hamster. Gadriel.
Right. That's going to take me a minute to process. I'll do it later. So, like, how?
She points to the flying squirrel. About as tall as that one.
and you thought it sucked. Scav thought it sucked when Millum threw a wrench at him.
Minimum size.
Yes.
I'm going to prestidigitate like a little version of the table. And could actually... like Hulk vs. Loki.
More than likely. Look, we were on the ship. I had to, one of the crystals was mislodged, and she happened to be hanging out with me. And we would have had to have docked. It would have been a long process of, like, reorienting it. She just went up there, and she just pushed it back into place.
I'm going to pull out my notebook. Do not cross... So, miniature Space hamsters.
Miniature giant space.
Oh,
hamster.
giant space hamsters. Two that are just her.
Oh no, they're kind of like in every bean bag. They all come in different varieties of different things.
Okay.
He's still not clear whether or not all miniature giant space hamsters can or can't.
There's even another one that I met that was pitch black, and basically he never had to have a bag of holding, as his cheeks were the bag of holding. He just infinitely stuffed things in his cheeks, and they never got bigger.
Right, going back to the notebook. Miniature. There's that little giant space hamsters. Superpowers.
You're not far off.
They're such an odd race. But they're so cool.
And Coin leans in. Hey, where's your gentleman? You know, tall, dark, broody, handsome, aura of handsome.
Oh,
Oh,
her and Sunny already caught that show.
Wait. Coin's like, what? Wait, what?
Oh, you
he
don't
is
know
not
you don't
talking
know
about
they
Troyus,
told
Mongo.
No.
Hey,
Sorry.
She's not talking about Troyus, Mongo.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that one in the upper crest.
Lomion.
Lumion, yeah.
Lomion is busy working.
and she walks. Coin gets up, walks to the other side of the table, almost falls over into like a ladle of gravy.
A bunch of Tabasco things just walking on tables.
And she walks over to Kippa, and she leans in, and they talk about something. Kippa's like, "Yeah, I guess I could do that. Kind of awkward, rude, but awkward. Okay." And she motions to one of the clerics, and the cleric comes over and is like, "Yeah." And she speaks to the cleric, and the cleric looks. And you catch a whiff of what they're saying. They're like, "Not a messenger, I'm a cleric." And Kip is like, "You are now."
Pitter patter.
And the cleric
Looks like
turns
a
and
fucking
heads
badass.
for the door.
I swear, if I end up on another plane in the next episode, I swear.
So, after about 15 minutes, the cleric comes back, and they have Lumion in tow. And he has a few bottles in his arms, and he looks like a fish out of water, and he's like, "Greetings, everyone."
Hello again.
And he's wearing like velvety red and like frilly and just absolutely drop dead gorgeous. Like he would probably make Strahd feel jealous of the drip game going on here. And he sets the bottles down. He's like, "I'm not sure, Sir Nikolai, of what I should have brought. So I have brought a elven wine that is 600 years old.
shit.
I'm sure it's fine.
I've also brought a wine from the Feywild from my personal collection that is 2,000 years old.
Oof.
It's apparently distilled from water of the stars. I'm not sure what that means."
Nor am I.
Spacey shit?
Well, what is your name, sir?
Lumion.
Lumion. You are welcome.
He walks over to Cayenne and he takes your hand very gently and respectfully and gently kisses the back of your hand, bowing his head slightly. And Coin's like, "Oh, oh." And his bow is actually rather deep, exposing his whole back to you. And he stands up fully.
Jeez.
Just gonna smile at him and say, "It's great to have you here. Coin was asking about you,
Klein's like,
and now
wow,
you're
he
here."
really is tall, dark, handsome, and broody, and handsome. How come I've never heard of you, Mr. Noble Lumion? And she's instantly turning that focus on him.
Like, who are you?
Oh no, I'm going up to Cayenne.
I'm
Just get the
curious
fucking
too,
fist
actually.
bump.
Oh, you give Cayenne a fist bump?
Oh yeah.
I don't think we've actually properly met, actually.
So,
Just in past.
finish putting the food on the table and tell everybody, eat, please.
And you spend the rest of the night with company, friends, family, acquaintances, enjoying a much needed meal.
Friends, companions, and
And just kind of, forgetting about the trepidation and issues and trials coming up. Next session, we will be picking it up. Cayenne will be doing her trial.
Oh.
Cool. So, what, 5 days later? Excellent.
Mongo and Sunny will definitely be in the bleachers cheering her on.
And I want you guys to basically make preparations because I know you have places to go. Discuss among yourselves during the week. Oh, that's actually kind of ironic. Her trial's in a week, and we are going to be gone for about a week.
we still have a contract to deal with in the caves.
There's no date on that.
There's no date on that.
Still got that dread bat thing to deal
Yeah,
with.
that's that contract.
Nikolai still has a couple contracts to pick to find precious gems.
I still gotta see if
Mongo's got an idea on how to deal with the Dreadbat thing.
I still gotta speak with Kippa in regards of whether or not she knows of any books or anything at all about pearl dragons, and to discuss about that
Yeah.
strange dragonborn.
That's all. We don't need to talk about that right now.
yeah.
So when we come back, we'll be dealing with Cayenne's trial, finding a trial, trial by fire. We'll be finding out where the party's going next because even I don't know. They've got lots of locations they can go, so we'll find out which one they pick.
Also depends on the thing Nikolai asked Kippa about.
Oh yeah.
We could have a quick jaunt there for a day. That'd be fun.
We also have to go to Amberstone still.
Yeah, lots of places, lots of choices. We'll find out next week. For now, that's where we are going to end tonight's session. We thank everybody for tuning in. This was a more chill session. As
Because
we all-
everybody's tired.
Yeah. So, have a safe week. Have safe travels. Share us as we like the company.
Yes.
Where people need to hear the bad joke. No, they don't need to hear those.
But
Yes,
need
they
to hear
do.
the
Tom wants to
awesomeness.
ruin everybody's life.
That's not true. We've been over this.
Hey, Tom.
The more people groan, the more my power grows.
Hey, Tom. Why don't you get a job at the Ren Fair, and then you can just ruin people on a weekend basis?
Ruin?
Funny.
It's a harsh word.
Anyway, have a safe week. We hope to see you here next week.
Yes.
Besides, their
Thank
hiring
you.
standards
Bye,
are really
everybody.
strict.
Bye.